Hi and welcome to Color Cinema. My name is Aaron, and we are looking today at the Criterion titles since it is uh St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you, and we'll also be reviewing and ranking the Leprechaun series, which should be a bunch of fun. And I'll be looking at some other things along the way. So it's like one of our Bluesday things. You think Bluesday would be a Tuesday, but Bluesday is any day when we look at a lot of the really cool different stuff that's going on in the Blu-ray community, whether it be Blu-ray, 4K announcements, all that type of stuff. And let's start with Criterion because there are some cool Criterion announcements that I did not expect today. And I kind of want to go into that right away. Let's go right to the Criterion announcements. Hopefully, we'll get some people in there on a St. Patty's Day. We start off the June announcement with a pretty big one, and one that means a lot to me is Fear and Loathing Las Vegas. For those that are unaware, my roots start in journalism when it comes to college, and I was a massive fan of Hunter S. Thompson. Now, this is a brand new 4K restoration for the film. It's director approved. We got a 2:391 aspect ratio with the 2.0 surround DTS sound here. We got a 5.1 surround soundtrack. And it does have Dolby Vision HDR, though I don't see any Dolby audio here. But alas, I guess we cannot have everything. Feature-wise, I think it's fairly similar to the last release. It's got 3 audio commentaries on there, deleted scenes with commentary, selection of Thompson correspondence read on camera by Johnny Depp. Hunter Goes to Hollywood, a short documentary. Program with the controversy of the screenwriting credit. Profile of Oscar Zeta Acosta, the inspiration for Dr. Gonzo. We get a collection of artwork. Excerpt from 1996 Fear and Loathing Las Vegas audio recording featuring Jim Jarmusch and actor Mandy Mori-Chaykin. A documentary from 1978 featuring Thompson and Stedman. Storyboards, production designs, stills, and trailers. An essay by critic Jay Huberman and 2 pieces by Thompson. It is a massive wealth of features that we have right here. And it's a nice start to the Criterion 4K. It's a nice addition to the Criterion 4K labels. And it's just such a good film. It's such a beautiful film, too, that I can see this really standing out, really having a good 4K release, which is, massively fantastic here. If you haven't come here before, be sure to like, share, subscribe to all that jazzy stuff. If you want to, you can buy me a coffee or donate to the channel to help out in our big upcoming Paris trip, where we're going to be doing a whole ton of we're going to hopefully we'll do it on a ton of unboxings and stuff. We'll see how that goes. All right, this is one that a Fassbinder film. Okay, why would you say something like that? Okay, one, aside from it being outwardly mean, why would you say that? Because I'm going to call you out on that. Because I want to ban you outright. So I'm going to call you out on what you said. I'm waiting. There's other people here. You decide to make a comment, a mean one. So obviously you must have a backup for that. That's the meanest thing you've said. So let's take care of the equation. That's as simple and easy it is, guys. We have like, all right, so we have a runner, Werner, Fassbender one with Jean Moreau and Franco Nero. I'm not as familiar with this film, but it's from 1982. And we get a restored high definition digital master, new interviews, a 1982 documentary on here as well, trailers, English subtitles. We get an essay by Nathan Lee. All right. We got people today where it's like, sometimes I wonder why I do this, guys. Sometimes it makes you wonder why I do this stuff. We go to the Wachowskis and we get Bound, which is absolutely fantastic film. I do have this though on Arrow Video. I got a really good Arrow Video edition of Bound, so I can't see. It's 4K though. It depends on what's there. I'll have to check the Arrow edition of it and see what exactly is included on that. Because we got new 4K restoration, a 5.1 surround DTS HD master audio, one 4K with Dolby Vision HDR, one Blu-ray with film special features, audio commentary there with Wachowski's, Gina Gershon, Pat Leone, Jennifer Tilly, editors Zach Steinberg, technical consultant Susie Bright. New video essay by film critic Christina Newland. 6 interview programs here, trailers, English subtitles. And let's dive into one that's really kind of intriguing because it's like Treasure of Mexico's Cinematic Golden Age, which does intrigue me. Kind of a gritty crime film. I don't remember if I've seen this one, 1951. Emilio Fernandez. I feel like I should have, but I don't know if I have. But it does come with a new 4K restoration. We got an uncompromised. You just get totally banned. Viviana Garcia Besne. We get new interview with cinematographer Rodrigo Prieto on the work of Gabriel Figueroa. Hopefully, I got the name right. Archival documentary on here as well. Trailers, English subtitles, translation. An essay by scholar Jacqueline Avila. And dive next into the Underground Railroad here. This is a 4-disc one. It's a 4-disc 4K digital master approved by co-writer director Barry Jenkins. With the now this one does have a Dolby Atmos soundtrack, so it's the first one I've seen with Dolby Atmos soundtrack. Alternate stereo soundtrack. We got a brand new audio commentary here. A new graphic novel adaptation, Genesis, an unfilmed chapter of the Underground Railroad, written by Jenkins and Nathan C. Parker, with an introduction by Jenkins. The Gaze, a companion film by Jenkins with a new introduction by the director, deleted scenes. 7 teasers made by Jenkins with a new introduction by the director. Building the Underground Railroad, a short program featuring Jenkins and production designer Mark Friedberg discussing the creation of the train station sets. We've got English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Got an essay here. And the piece de resistance for me is the 4K of Blue Velvet. One of my favorite films. And, let's be honest, the genesis for Twin Peaks. 4K and Blu-ray combo pack here. Get a 4K restoration. Looks like we're going to get a DTS HD master, no Dolby audio here, but we do have Dolby Vision. Alternate original 2.0 soundtrack for this one, surround sound. Lots of footage, that's 50 minutes of deleted scenes here. The feature-length meditation on the making of the film. Mysteries of Love, a 70-minute documentary from 2002 on the making of the film. It's a whole ton of stuff on this one, man. Interview with Angela Badalamenti from 2017. It's a Strange World, the filming of Blue Velvet, a 2019 documentary. Lynch reading From Room to Dream, a 2018 book he co-authored with Christine McKenna. English subtitles for deaf and hard of hearing. So we started off with some really nice stuff. Well, we started with some really mean comments. So I apologize for that, guys. But sometimes you're going to get those guys in here. And you just get rid of them as quickly as you can. But out of all these here, for me, Blue Velvet, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Bound, the 3 main ones for me. The ones that kind of stand out. I think we've got all good releases this time around. But Criterion's been killing it recently with their announcements, their release. They've been really they've been putting out stuff that you don't expect. And they've been doing fantastic cover art with the new cover art when they use it. We've seen them do some different type of films and challenges and that type of thing. But before I go any further with that, I want to see if there's any other announcements before we go into the Leprechaunist aspect of it. Because I do want to talk Leprechaun. So let's take that off the screen for 1 second while I take a peek at some other stuff and see if we got some more stuff to bring up there. I had planned to show some other things, but I got a feeling that there's some people out there that are determined to get specifically mean on my birthday. and data won't allow. Thanks, Roy. It's nice to have a nice comment, considering today. Um, Hopefully you enjoy. We're going over some like the different announcements, stuff that's come out now recently. I'll be doing like a ranking of the Leprechaun series. But since it's still on that halfway to Black Friday weekend, I think we should probably touch once more on the Vinegar Syndrome announcements that came out that I literally stayed up all night to to talk about the other day. Because I know there's some people that may not have gotten it yet. If you're a Criterion fan, I just did the Criterion. I did the Criterion collection video, which was a lot of fun, but a lot of hard work. It came on like was on my Patreon like about a week ago, and like now it's up here. Um, but to look at the stuff they got here right now, I'd say for me this is still the key. Like the China O'Brien's one is the key piece right here. You should know me enough by now to know the answer to that, Gleaming. But I'll tell you. Um, Here's the thing. No, it depends because if it's something I really want, then yeah, sure, I'll be super stoked about that. I never upgrade just to upgrade, and I'm very picky about what I upgrade. Oh, Gina, I hope things like I know how you feel right now, man. Some days are just rougher than others. Am I doing well? I thought I was. So China O'Brien, if you haven't seen the movies, are some of her better films that she filmed over in North America. Cynthia Rothrock did ones that like would be of varying quality, but China O'Brien is usually thought of as one of the top ones because with China O'Brien, you got like Keith Cook working on these here. Richard Norton's in a lot of this stuff. They had a good chemistry together, working well together. And if you'd only seen things like Fast Getaway or some of the other like ones where she's kind of a secondary character, she's front and center here, and she's front and center and used well. I think she's really utilized well in the China O'Brien films, and that's a nice, comfortable like action movie formula style to it. But due to the fact that we got like Richard Norton, the fact that we have like that we got Cook, that we got Cynthia Rothrock in here, like puts it above that normal echelon that you would normally get for this style of film. And you can tell like there's certain films like you'll get like there'll be like those action movies you'll get them on back in the day in like VHS or DVD, and you'll rent them and they'll be like yeah was this Steven Seagal, right? It was an action movie. It was passable. Steven Seagal's barely passable ever. But no, John Claude Van Damme usually is right. Like usually fairly passable. You get some iffy stuff, but it's passable. But Cynthia Rothrock, when she's done really well, when the director knows like her strengths and works well with what she's done, um, then it's it can be a bit yeah, it can be really amazing. Hey there, Natasha, welcome. We're looking at the China O'Brien films right now. But it's a 3 disc set, so we got a 4K Ultra UHD here. We got 2 Blu-rays. Um, so we're gonna have like China Brown 1 and 2 on the same 4K disc, but depending on like the size 4K disc, that shouldn't really matter. Yeah, it's only 2 films. We get a newly scanned, restored in 4K from the 35 millimeter OCN, which is fantastic. A 90-minute interview here with Cynthia Rothrock. Worthwhile Journey, the martial arts of Sean Bryan, 33-minute kind of like featurette. Melanie Good, a stripper assassin, a brand new interview with Melanie Good. Casting China, 11-minute interview with like the casting director, Katrine McGregor. Composing China, 11-minute featurette with Dennis Wheatley and Paul Antonelli. We have a making of martial arts movie, a 40-minute like archival documentary that's on here as well. We got 2 more video interviews here with Cynthia Rothrock and Richard Norton. I'm going to guess what from the Cynthia Rothrock YouTube channel. Trailers, reversible sleeve artwork, just some really good stuff. And of course, the subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. It's a really nice one. The only thing that you got to go on is if you live in the UK, you got to look at the recent Eureka announcement of China Bryan 2 and decide which one you want to get. If you live in Paris, even harder because you get both choices. Because you can go buy the Vinegar Syndrome one, or you can buy the Eureka, and they're both going to be in the store. Whereas maybe a little bit harder, like in say Britain, to pick up like China O'Brien. But it's overall a really good release and something that I definitely would recommend. And the standout of this here stuff. Now, Homegrown Horrors is an interesting pack this time around. Probably the most known of all the films in the Homegrown Horrors series. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's a Eureka edition in 4K. Let's look at the Eureka edition before we go any farther. That way it's easy to make up your mind. You're pretty sure the Eureka edition is a 4K edition. But let's dive into let's go to Eureka. Just recently came out. As you can see, there's a 4K and Blu-ray, depending on which one that you want. It is definitely a more subdued. I do collect. Here's the thing. It's my birthday month, and this in print is extremely expensive to get here I live in Morocco, so it's impossible to get right here. I don't know if Malcolm's awake yet. Is what it comes down to. But I just this was kind of off the cuff type thing. Usually, if we do something together, there's something that we have planned. But we got like China Bryan 1 and 2 on here, 4K UHD. Eureka does have some stuff coming. I don't know. I mean, like Eureka has been pretty much like a solid like UK based company. Now that being said, Arrow for years, any films are like solid UK based companies, right? And then they moved around to what's going on right now. But as you can see here, we have a different audio commentary. Strange Invaders and Let's Go Get Harry later this month from Imprint. Strange Invaders. I've got the Twilight Time edition of Strange Invaders. It's a fantastic film. Highly underrated, by the way. And Let's Get Harry too. It's a really good film. But I'm going to be finally in a place where Imprint will be in the store. Cat and the Canary and the Black Master are Eureka's first U.S. releases. Thank you. I thought they were. So there's a shop that I'm going to, and they will be carrying the Eureka stuff. I'll just drive there for a second. And they just recently, I guess maybe it's sold out again now because it was in for a while. Had the Cat and the Canary, Masters of Cinema edition right here, which is a fantastic edition, by the way. Now, feature-wise, like you're getting commentaries on the Eureka edition that's not on the Vinegar Syndrome edition. Everything else, feature-wise, looks to be fairly similar. Leon Hunt one, I think, is pretty much like is that one on? Let's go back to the Vinegar Syndrome one, because I want to give you a good idea. of like what's because you a lot of people are looking at what to pick up. So now we got the Zhang John Charles commentary on the Vinegar Syndrome one, and this one here has a Frank Zhang commentary, but again, it's him alone, so it's a different commentary, I'm guessing. And we have a Mike Leader Iron Venema commentary as well. So there's that's going to be like a major difference right there. If you're a commentary person like me, you're into that type of stuff. You're gonna look at the other features on here as well. Like there's a couple things on the Melanie Good interview is not on, doesn't look to be anyway on this one here, but the supplement of that with new interviews with Leon Hunt, who did Kung Fu Cult Masters, the book, and we got James Mudge on here as well, doing stuff. So it's really going to depend on which one you want. The China O'Brien one looks to be, let's just cheaper. From if yeah, it's definitely cheaper if you're going to be buying it. Let's bring it over to American prices, or because I'm looking at a European one, let's go to pounds and euros. So 41 euros, or yeah, so around it's still going to be cheaper. From Here to Attorney's Fan, I want like Columbia Classics Volume 3. Right. 1950s. I don't know, man. There's so many that if I said, I'd probably change my mind 5 minutes later. Eureka, the Criterion of the UK. It is the Criterion of the UK. It's 100% the Criterion of the UK. Like that, but here's the thing. For the longest time, I need to buy it. I do need to buy it. Like Sony sent me Volume 4. I'm doing a review for that. Like it's been taking me about a week and a half now to do the review for Volume 4 for Columbia Classics, but I'm buying like number 3 on my own. Because it's so good. And it's got the TV, like the miniseries and the TV series episodes from Here to Eternity, with David Soul and William Devane. So like I'm an old school like TV guy too, right? So I like that stuff. And for those that like wonder like what kind of direction, we got Robert Klaus, who did Enter the Dragon, doing the China O'Brien films. If you're still kind of on the fence, the set that's making me curious, and I want your guys' opinion on this, is over in Potemkin, which is another shop in Paris. There's this. Look at this for 1 second. It's a Lars von Trier set, and it's like 14 films, and it is gorgeous. And I'm like, do I want this much von Trier? But you won't find it on YouTube or anywhere. It's just, it's a recent Potemkin set, and it's actually better than Curzon set. Keep asking questions, by the way. This is the most fun part of doing this entire video, is like you guys. So we got the Homegrown Horrors Volume 3. We start off with probably the best known of the films, and mostly because Patrick Wayne is in it. And John Carradine did a whole ton of films at this time. It's a movie called Revenge. Is it good? I remember from my youth. I don't remember it being great, but I remember it being. It's definitely a passable horror, like to sit back and watch. Nothing you're going to get like super stoked about. I mean, I don't agree on that. I used to agree on that, like Vinegar Syndrome's Packaging Ragnar. But dude, I'm looking at some of the stuff, and a Patreon member, you find it for sure, because I'm going to be picking up some stuff when I in my trip, and as of right now, it's going to be probably Patreon only for those. But it's some of the editions that are put out in like other countries, in the UK and in France, like are just, it's insane. It's really insane, like how well they package it. And I think what really stands out to me is like when you look at a German media book, for instance, and then look at what they tried to do with Cinematograph, which is a great like sub label, but I don't think they really got the packaging down. That's my only issue with that, right? We got Haunted Ween again, which is again a fun, uh, like there's a fun one, and then we got like Deadly Love, which yeah, they're interesting titles. Um, they're ones that I'd sit back and I'd watch. I don't know if I'd like. I don't know the mass rewatchability, but Vinegar Syndrome is way is playing catch up for UK for like other companies that just have been doing it for a long time. Arrow, has been doing this for ages. Uh, you know, companies like there's been companies out there like ESC, and there's companies out there that just have been like massively putting out the stuff and putting out these special editions. Uh, German media books like it's a thing, right? Yeah, of course you would, Malcolm. You're awake. I figured you wouldn't be awake this morning. You are welcome to jump in, by the way. Just saying. I mean, this month is good. I have seen Dangerous Game, by the way, and here's the killer part. I'll tell you right now. Dangerous Game is a lot of people love it. It's not one of my favorites. And you know how I remembered it? I had a comment from somebody here, uh, like Todd in the Shadows. Like not that talk about Todd in the Shadows. And I remember like going through the whole watching that when he was doing the Madonna, like all of Madonna's films thing. I'm like, oh, that was Dangerous Game. That's what I remember. Every movie's a 70 special edition. Well, just to think, like to be fair, like look at what Umbrella's doing with a lot of their releases. And I like Umbrella as a company, but they're putting out some editions that you're like, oh, that's really nice and all. Well, not necessarily. Each film doesn't have their own case. I mean, look at the big sets like the Al Amson set and like the Ray Dennis Steckler set and the stuff like that. But I think Severin is definitely top dog in the US when it comes to putting out uh, like box sets. I don't think anybody touches them, and the closest to come to it is Criterion with some of their bigger sets. But I was looking at like Von Trier and Haneke sets uh, the other day, and I realized there's so much more outside of my like, I guess what I grasped from like releases that I would get in North America, and it really is something to like to dive into when you're like it can be worth it to go region free for a lot of this stuff. More and more companies are coming. I mean, I think we're getting it past it. We're still in, but we're slightly getting it past like the slipcover. Like I'm going to be controversial right now. Getting it past the slipcover, mindset. Like it's still there, and you're going to still have people that are collecting slipcovers for like slipcovers. But it's, I think if Vinegar Syndrome really thought slipcovers are going to be like be all end all of everything, they wouldn't be doing all these different like types of gimmick boxes that they do. It's just you keep upgrading it, keep doing stuff whether it's going to be steelbook or VSU or VSL or VS, uh, you keep going on. They feel like okay, there's going to come a time when slip covers are just not going to be the thing anymore. So let's see what we're going to do. What's going to catch on? What's going to strike next as the next hot like packaging thing? As it goes in like it goes in cycles. Now, Severn have up their slipcover game recently. The new subspecies that look gorgeous. I'm hoping that it's gorgeously done. So, Dangerous Game, it's an okay film by Abel Ferreira. It's not one of his top tiers, but there's definitely enough here that it makes me interested in like maybe checking it at some time. Like it's one I would pick up. And like in the most mainstream of mainstreaminess, we've got Navy SEALs, which I like because I literally saw this movie when in the theater when I was younger, and it stood out. It was just one of those stood out to me at the time. It's a nice theater experience. You know what I mean? It's like just it's an action movie. It wasn't too taxing. I didn't have much to think about. Navy SEALs was pretty much it is what it is. Like it's I like it. Um, but I can see some people being kind of like meh on the on Navy SEALs. But it's more like I think it was in 1990 somewhere around there, like somewhere in the 90s. Um, but overall, I think was a fairly it was a fairly exciting time for that. Let's look at that. I'm kind of for those that haven't seen the subspecies set, I'll show you guys now because really it's worth like checking out. Um, but it's being done like on a wooden box, and it is so sexy. Expect to put it 30. uh, and I do overall like the subspecies films too. Now, the mummy character, not the hell of me. I'd never liked that character. Uh, and my favorite is the original. And I like vampire journals because it goes back to what subspecies, the kind of the romanticism of like and the gothic horror of what subspecies initially was before they went all in on the kind of more like the comic booky cheesy actiony-ness of like subspecies. Subspecies works best for me when I do is a commanding presence and not like in 2 and 3 where you can often come off sort of like elements as an underling type of character. But I haven't seen the latest one yet, so I don't know what how that one takes it. There was a time in 50th I used Blame the Ragnar. Like obviously not anymore. Those times have passed us by. Look at like recently Gunpowder and Sky. People mention Gunpowder and Spy. Why are these with Vinegar Syndrome? And the Vinegar Syndrome had to come in and say, yes, they're with us, but they're not making physical releases anymore. All their stuff like that's pricing, which is it's like it's a shame that we're not getting physical releases from Gunpowder and Sky anymore. But they've gone towards the like the streaming non-physical aspect of it.
Oh, that's good releases as well.
It's a shame. I mean, you get like welcome, Malcolm. You get this
Thank you.
I thought I was going to wake you up, so I didn't. We started off we had a rough start. Just to let you know. Have you? I'm guessing you never saw the beginning of this video.
I didn't see the beginning. I probably saw. I don't know how long you've been live for, but I've probably seen the first, not the first, but like the last 20 minutes.
I had to ban some people,
Oh,
including like someone that came here a lot.
no, that's not good.
They were super negative, and they I got a rare not mad, but just like okay, yeah, no.
What was it about?
You know what my first comment was?
Well,
Nobody will ever donate.
oh, that's quite depressing.
And I'm like, screw you. Like that's like the why like even if you think something like that, why do you say something like that? Like that's just a dick
Yeah,
comment.
it's negative. It's harmful.
It is like it's harmful for the channel. Like when it's that it's 100% vampire. It is. I mean, like because here's the thing, Ragnar. If a vampire like attacks you, you can like just break your subspecies set and like just stake them because
Exactly.
it's actually wood. And it's such a cool set. Happy St. Patty's Day, by the way.
I think it.
We're gonna look at the Leprechaun movies after. I wanna rank them.
This is the one time a year that every Irish person shrinks down and runs around with a pot of gold.
That's it, man. I wish I had a pot of gold. I'll tell you that much right now.
Oh, I wish we all do. But as you know, if you take the pot of gold, you're cursed.
Cursed with lots of money. I can take. It's like, what was it? I had a conversation. I had a really good night last night. My sister-in-laws were over and we were chatting, and I was chatting with Munya about like movies and stuff like that. And we are talking about
Yeah,
like total geek talk, which is what I love. It's obviously
yeah.
this one. Women should really upgrade their transfers. They should really need to. And DNRing stuff, yeah. Full Moon has been like bad with DNRing stuff, which is it's a shame. Well, here's the thing.
True.
Gleaming like is right about this. This was one of the things that used to be known. So 88 Films initially, before 88 Films became like this big sub-label thing, guys, they worked a lot with Full Moon and did a lot of Full Moon releases. And you could often, and people would often import the 88 Films editions of the Full Moon releases because they were better quality than the actual Full Moon releases that came from the company themselves.
Which is shocking.
It is. And also, when you bought the 88 Films edition, often you'd get like a second film on there. I remember when they put a Dr. Alien, and there's like
Yeah.
it was a famous TNA. It was like one of the, what's the bonus movie?
Oh, that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The
Yeah,
first
'cause
one, right?
Yeah, first one. That was way long for a second one was made.
Yeah, Andrew.
But they did like it's a shame they don't do the full. They don't have the rights to do the. Hey there, Andrew. Welcome, man. They don't have the rights to the Full Moon stuff anymore because they
Yeah.
did such good releases.
Well, they
And
had some Troma stuff as well, didn't they, at the beginning?
they did. I mean, yeah. There's some like I got some of them over there. I got like some Toxic Avenger and that, which
And the Surf one, which I won't say the last bit of, but the Surf one, they released that one.
yeah, which is fun enough, but I was never big on that one, you know.
No, I remember watching that when I first got it and finding it really,
Yeah, it's like that. It's literally the definition of that. It's been hard. Those have been hard to get, man. I saw Stephanie. I saw her with True Lies, like in one of her in her Twitter stream, and I'm like, damn, that's cool.
yeah.
But
But
I
did you
didn't
hear
sound
about the? Did you hear about how bad they apparently suck in quality?
Here's the thing. People should have known going in. This is James Cameron, and James Cameron is not known for super quality when it comes to his 4K releases. Like, do we not forget? Have we forgotten Terminator 2 already?
No, hopefully not.
Because remember how bad that was?
Yeah, it was really bad. It still is.
It's like wax figures. It's literally like wax figures. But it's the way he wants. Like, if it's his vision, like his vision is like, okay, let's make these super waxy. But still, 4K release. I haven't seen the new releases yet, so I can't really judge. I would rather like as much you joke about it, like, but Sony, this is what they do. This is their specialty. Doing the video, doing the audio, like doing it well.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he just give it to Sony or something like that? Like they can do it. They just do it on their own. Like don't.
Because it's like George Lucas, who was destroy everything that he created.
Want me gold.
I want to be gold.
The Abyss. I'm not a massive fan of The Abyss. I know it's gonna be.
I've only seen it once, and I don't remember it. So it's one of those I need to watch again because I haven't watched it since I was a kid. I always just get mixed up with the Deep.
See, Deep Star 6 is way superior to me, like which came out around that time. I just like the monster aspect of that.
Jamie Lee Curtis in True Lies. I think that's probably the most famous scene when it comes to her career.
Well, Trading Places.
Except for Trading Places. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that for a second.
That's it. CHH. There's some good videos actually, by the way. I said Charles Band did an AI upscale on Subspecies 4 and looked at why do an AI upscale? The band. I like the stuff that some of the early stuff that Band has done. And I respect some of his public relations and marketing work. but I think Charles Band really needs to listen to his kids a bit more. Uh, that's what got him onto the internet doing stuff like doing the crowdfunding and sourcing and stuff like that. Realizing that YouTubers like dead meat right there. Um, because like he's sitting on a gold mine that he's not taking advantage of. Full Moon should not be in like a company that's like Full Moon should not be at a trauma level or an under trauma level.
No, Full Moon should be up there with Seven and stuff like that.
But it's not, and that's the killer part. And they're making stuff that's utter crap. Like let's not sugarcoat it. They're making a lot of crap movies under an hour long. I like the overall the Puppet Master stuff that did, but most of the stuff is really bad right now.
Yeah.
And this is a company that did Subspecies films, they did the Puppet Master films, they did Transfer films. Like, yeah, exactly. Like quality films. And
Whoopsie, they're the best.
well, man, told him, and you can't forget those classics like the remake of Puppet Master, which some people actually like, by the Bone Tomahawk guys. Well, it's not a
don't forget Evil Bong.
I try.
Probably the greatest movie franchise of all time.
I would get at my bong to forget Evil Bong.
I'm surprised how much I like them. I've watched the first 4 and I really enjoy them at the minute. I think it's just because they're easy to just sit back and relax watching.
I think the first 2 are good, like as much as I say, but afterwards it gets bad. Like quality like decreases dramatically in those films.
Yeah, that's true.
Film everybody buying these on for. I don't like. Here's the thing. A lot of stuff like people mention like there's 4K release of like Blue Velvet coming out soon, and they're like, are you going to really upgrade? Are you going to are you going to grab a new new Blue Velvet? I'm like, I don't have Blue Velvet. Like, there's a lot of movies like you'd be surprised aren't in my collection, and because I waited to get like a good edition of them. But I don't have.
I'll be going bound 4K.
That's. I mean, Gina Gershon and Jennifer Tilly in 4K. That's a tempting one, man.
I've very strong memories about that film, and being very young watching it, and having to keep rewinding, and all of a sudden my nan came in and said, "What's this on the wall?" And I was like, "Oops."
It is such a fun film, and it's a good film. It's got Stabler in it, man, from Law and Order SVU.
It is a really good film.
Caligula, Umbrella 4K, Body Double 4K.
Yeah, they announced that.
I
bought some stuff from Umbrella actually yesterday.
Did you really?
Yeah, I picked up the Chaser. I picked up Tank Girl. These were all the collector's editions. Bully, and I also picked up the Noble House.
Pierce Brosnan? It's Pierce Brosnan? No,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the miniseries.
I'm a massive Close Whale fan, so
I'm thinking about they gave me a 20% off code, so I'm thinking about possibly buying that exploitation set, the Lizard and Woman Skin set, and maybe something else. But I need to see if the quality is different to my Mondo, because if it isn't, then there's no point other than the extras.
That's the thing. You look at the extra, look at the stuff that's in there. As Charles Band, the guy to say he doesn't like CGI. Yet all these movies have terrible CGI. I think that comes down to like him not having the budget to do movies like without the CGI. But I like, in all honesty, like don't make 20 movies or 10 movies. Make one good movie, and get your budget. It was like Trauma. They're not what they were.
Go on.
I think Trauma tries harder. That tries better. Like that's the one difference I think we have. Trauma tries.
Do they even make movies now? Because I don't see any new Trauma movies.
Not as much, but that's the thing. Like Full Moon will churn them out. Trauma seems to take a bit more time when it comes to doing their stuff. Like when they years back, remember they did that like sequel, that like much belated sequel to Class of Nukem High. Like they spent time on that. Like Trauma does, it's some like I don't like all Trauma's films. Like I've I've been on here before. I've talked about that. But the ones that I do like, even the ones that I don't like, you can usually tell like, okay, man, they put work into this. There's love behind it. Uh,
Well,
and that's the
I
difference.
I think people need to get more into wave productions because I think wave productions is better than both Full Moon and Troma, and I think they release some seriously good stuff.
Are we talking about the
So
thing that, like, where you just write in, like, on a piece of paper, "Hey, I wanna watch a movie about somebody getting strangled for 50 minutes."
yeah, we're talking about
Make
that. We're talking about that company.
You know what I
But
will
they had some great stars like Tina Kraus and all that, you know.
there well, Tina Kraus I like in other things that aren't Wayne Productions.
But she was great in life. I actually like them. I actually like their movies. Obviously, I wouldn't want to see the strangling ones or the hanging ones or the drowning ones because they're not movies. But the ones that they actually do or did, I should say, were
But that's
fun
amazing.
to a certain
But
degree.
well, here's the thing, like, the when I think of Wave, and then we, obviously we're going down the Saturn's core route and stuff like that, and, then there's companies out there which let's, like, do that for a second. Let's talk about, like, a couple of companies that we don't think, like, maybe are getting the
Okay.
love that they should right now. And, Terrorvision, which I am totally, like, one of those that I've been very iffy about with some things. Uh, they put a lot of love into the releases. And recently, I've been following, like, a bunch of people on, like, on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, X is not gonna become a thing, it's Twitter. And, and Brad Henderson's come up with some really good takes on different stuff, on, like, the whole streaming thing and physical media aspect of things,
Yeah.
which I appreciate. And when you get takes like that from, like, and you it's just, like, because I associate Brad Henderson, of course, with television, right? And
Yeah.
that gives me when I see like really nice takes on things and like things are like well thought out, then then it gives that rub onto like, okay, yeah, to the company itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Because you got to have the right people
Well,
like speaking on like because I feel like right now, like I used to idolize Charles Band when I was younger when I was in college.
oh, wow.
And now, yeah, I did. I like the movies because you have to remember when I was in college, you had to fight to get that Full Moon movie when it came out. You had to be there early, you had to know people because the newest like just Pub Master, Subspecies, what transfer stuff's coming out. Everybody wanted all the college like I lived in dorm and there was like levels 4, level 5, level 6, and
Yeah.
you wanted to be the floor that had it because you knew that like most one the girls were coming over that floor. uh, but uh,
That's the real
but yeah,
reason he idolized Charles Band because he was hoping he could get girls from it.
it works. It worked actually. But here's the problem. Like I feel like Charles Band is not what he used to be. Um,
It seems like a guy that's having a weird crisis. That's what he seems like when you look at his releases and the way he's doing things.
oh, there's been some like problematic things with Charles Band when it comes to like the way that he's gotten certain things that he sold on his website, like from a fan and stuff like that. And he makes you think, oh
Yeah.
God, because you don't want to feel like somebody's just in it for the money, right? Money.
No.
Everybody, we all need money, all this type of stuff. You want to live, you want to eat, uh, but you want to feel that they're in it, that there's a love of it too. And I feel early on
Yeah.
Charles Band, picture Charles Band, early Full Moon Charles Band, loved what he was doing. I
Yeah.
don't see the same love there anymore.
I think that's one of the things that gets me about Indigo and all that stuff. Is I get that people need the money for their projects, but at the same time, I'm like, how much are they putting in themselves? Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
That's something that bothers me a little bit
it
because I feel
depends.
like you've got the passion. Go on.
I mean, it really depends. I mean, like when it comes, like passion only gets you so far. Passion gets you a ham sandwich, if you're lucky. I think the crowdfunding is so important right now. It's because right now, especially because here's the thing: we're not in the days of VHS anymore. We're not in the days of like the straight to video, like they're going to buy your movie. Now it's streaming services, and streaming services look for the about as generic white bread, bland, disposable stuff you can get. It doesn't matter what streaming service you go to. Like even Shutter, which does some better, like more risky stuff, still have their limit. But I think if you really want to get something done, if you really want to make that new documentary, if you want to make that big
Yeah.
film, if you want to make that splash, um, then yeah, then get your credit card out if you can. Don't bankrupt yourself though. Like crowdfund, 100%. Like do that because if your idea is good enough, if there's enough there that's going to catch the attention, it's going to come across, and it's really important.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah, I
have
guess
we don't have
so.
the
I guess.
studios that are like doing that backup funding like they used to do. The Universal's no longer they're grabbing the like the blood cults and the stuff like that and putting them
But
there. Like
surely people like like Asylum and stuff would want to buy the scripts and get you to do them and stuff.
not necessarily. No, here's the thing. Like this is what bothers me because like I do like some of Asylum's work. We've had Jose on here who's so worked with Asylum a lot. It's actually done. I really like the last Asylum movie that he did with the Exorcist one.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Asylum's it's a lower budget company, and
Yeah.
and they have a certain type of film that they like. They have the mockbuster stuff that they like. They have like the certain titles that they
Yeah.
like. But somebody that's doing, God, remember that one? What was it called? Where they had the baby face type mask on. They never did sequel.
Oh,
Hills Run Red, right?
yeah, The Hills on Red, yeah.
Yeah. So, see, something like that wouldn't work in like for an asylum. Unless it's like it's somehow like unless there's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, you want to put something along there. If you want to do like a totally original film, or if you want to make something that's not mainstream, that's not like copying off something else, or even a documentary, which you think would be a given, then like those '80s documentaries, ones we got over there,
Yeah.
they're crowdfunded, or they wouldn't have happened.
Oh, they were really good as well.
Yeah, and they're doing the '90s ones. I can't wait for those. I will, I'll be part of the crowdfunding of that as well.
Well, I might start a crowdfund to be able to get on with someone like Angelina White or something, or Bella Danger, or and record it and give it to the people that crowdfunded me. That might go off pretty well. If you're
I don't know.
interested in that, guys, I'll start it.
Considering like the harsh response, Malcolm, I got at the beginning of this video, like there's some truly not nice people online.
Yeah. Well, people can be harsh, can't they?
It's the Karenization of our society, dude. It's the
Well,
Karenization.
we live in a society now where a lot of it, and this isn't aimed at people in the comment section. This is just a thought that I've had. Is that a lot of people now they'd rather leave you in the street having a heart attack and dying than help you because it's too much time. It's I see people fall over. Like I saw an elderly woman fall over not too long ago, and people just walked by. They didn't try and help her up or anything. It took a little kid to come along and help her because I was about to walk over when the kid, because I was at a distance away, so I was kind of walking towards.
It's scary.
And I just thought, how disgusting. I was like, how disgusting is this? We're supposed to help each other and help each other survive. Well, but nobody does.
It's different. I mean, like it's like overall, like it can definitely be it can be disheartening. When you put your heart in stuff and they're like people are like, yeah, screw you.
Yeah. It's horrible. Absolutely
But
horrible. As for television, I do think they charge too much for the short video films. I don't. I think they cost too much. They don't for me because obviously I'm a subscriber. And I get them for about $18, $19. So I don't think that's too bad. But $27.99, $30, I do think it's a bit pricey.
I think they should move a bit away from that shot and video stuff. I mean, like, do maybe sub-label it and do not as much. I understand, like, maybe more expensive to get and where they're starting out. They're like just trying to build their library. But I'd rather them take longer and do like a slashers or a gator bait or something like that, and give us a little bit in between, as
Yeah.
opposed to like kind of front loading. Because I don't think they need that. Because when these put out stuff, I do find that like there is some great quality stuff that's out there. But a lot of this shot and video stuff, just I think it's not for me, man.
No.
And that's not on television. It's just may not be the one that works for me at that point in time.
Well, I've watched a lot of short and video movies this last year.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and and I would say only a few of them really stood out because they've always got this weird kind of feel to them. But it's like watching a VHS on your Blu-ray player, which makes it kind of interesting. But at the same time, if the quality is not there and it's like super, super fuzzy, it's really hard to even get into it.
I got the comment here. Let's think. So Ragnar said Charles Band is money hungry and it shows, which is true, actually, to be honest with you. Blood is slightly different. Yes, 100%. But here's the difference. Blue Underground's putting the work in. If you pick up Blue Underground 4K, you don't even have to think, what's going to be good
They're
4K?
close to Sony in that aspect.
Yeah, will this be DNR? It won't be. It'll be well done. And that's why people like now wait if the Blue Underground announces an actual new release and it's Blu-ray, like, maybe I'll wait. It's probably going to be 4K coming up down the road, right? But yeah, they at least put the work in. That's the thing.
Well, they
And
recently released Bloody Judge, didn't they, on 4K?
You can have like all the wooden boxes you want. If the stuff inside the wooden box isn't the quality, then you got something that you can maybe like use the what's the word I was looking for? Just use as firewood.
Yeah.
Television
It's a cigar box.
Is it really like a Television's thing? Isn't it Grey Face that does the website for Television? Do they have their own?
Yeah, the
like,
Television website is terrible. I mean, yeah, you can choose the thing, but I wish their website was more like Vinegar Syndrome because I feel like it'd be easier to go through. And the black background point doesn't help either because it just feels very. So I do agree with you there, Glenn.
Yeah, but the soundtracks are front and center because that's what for years that's what the company was, right? It wasn't movies. It was the soundtracks.
And they're beautiful too.
Wonderful stuff. Company wise, I'm trying to think of companies that really kind of like stand out to me at this time. And I showed you some. I showed you stuff like when we were chatting offline because we chat quite a bit.
Yeah, we do.
And
it's not all in here, guys. We chat constantly.
Yeah, this is the least amount of chatting. Yeah.
Yes.
So
it looks like it's from the 90s and Brad did. Well, we won't appreciate that, but it's true. It is. It does. It looks like in the 90s we had those really slow kind of websites. I mean, don't get me wrong, the company's fine, but every company needs to upgrade in some aspect. For them, it is maybe after this year they will when they've got more titles on there.
Yeah. Well, do you remember
more in sections?
Do you remember Severin's website right before this one?
Oh, it was awful.
Like, because they said, "Oh, we put a lot of money in. We got a guy in to like come in and redo our website. Like, got our servers fixed up," and it comes up with like this.
Kept crashing, right?
Yeah, and it comes with this website that is like looks like literally like really looks like it came from the early 90s, and
yeah,
and I'm not sure who they got to do that before. They got the one that did the website now, but oh my god, like they got ripped off.
I'll tell you a couple of websites that are terrible. Kino Lorber is a terrible website navigation. And a lot of people say Radiance does, but I think Radiance is fine.
I mean, let's tell you what. Radiance. Go to their website. Let's find out.
All right.
So shop, bundles, limited editions, standard editions are pretty straightforward to me. Let's go to shop.
Yeah.
Everything's like, we got it here. I'm still proud of myself, by the way, Malcolm, for like calling the Ultra Denizens. That was a good call. The day that they announced we were going from there, I'm like, it's going to be.
I'm gutted. I was hoping it'd be Television, so we get the titles from there.
You knew it was going to be you. When I said NVIDIA, you had that look on your face like, oh yeah, he's right.
I looked like my soul had been taken out of my body, and I was about to cry.
But it's a perfect place for Fun City Editions went there. NVIDIA is like they're making big strides. I'm curious to see like going forward, like what they're going to do. Like the NVIDIA like rewinds were freaking fantastic. I love those releases, and they're like so like inexpensive too. But now Radiance gets
to get cutting class.
Radiance gets a really good one for me. Hey there, Film Watcher. Welcome. So let's go. What was the other one you said? Like how to
Kino.
Yeah, Kino does have a sucky site. I'm not. Don't have to. You can see how much I go to these sites, guys. You can see it pop up right away. theatrical, home vision. Let's go to home video. Let's see what we got here. Because if it's where remember, it's like it's want free shipping.
Whoa.
USA. Yes, I do, but I don't live in the US, so
I wish they did international free shipping because that'd be amazing.
they used to. We used to buy. Thank you. I really like doing the video. Actually, I had a lot of fun with the Criterion Collection video. I haven't been able to comment back on those yet, but I will comment back on all the responses I got. Like yesterday, we took a rare thing of like just having a night to ourselves because we were Pins like usually gone a lot.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward. Like, dude, it's like 10 days. 10 days till Paris. And
Oh, you're getting close.
yeah, it's gonna be time to like just relax. So we're go to the catacombs, go to the Louvre. Rue Dante is like the big one.
Yeah.
For me. Like for a lot of people, like, oh, I'm going to go to the Louvre, we're going to Paris, we're going to see all this stuff, right? And I'm like, comic shops and like movies.
That's the one thing I realised. When you go somewhere, well, when you go somewhere new, when I went to America
Yeah.
and I found places like Half Price Books and that, I literally almost broke into tears from how excited I was to go into them. It's such an emotional experience.
It is. It really is. I mean, like, I went to Ontario. Him was going there for a conference, so we decided to go up. Let's make a trip of it. Like, spend a few extra days, pay the extra money ourselves, and we went to Toronto, and I'm on Bay Street, so Bay Street Videos there, right? And it's like
Yeah.
this genre place, and the guys like love genre stuff. Like they love films. Not people that like are just working out a place. They like it.
Yeah, like
Oh
old
no,
gangsters, really.
But I went in there, and I mean, I spent just in case somebody like from my family's watching, I didn't spend very much.
No, I've just said just saying this, Glenn. That was Aaron, it weren't me.
Well, it was my chair actually. I know that's the old excuse, the chair, but it really was a chair. But like I went in there, and it was like this, just like you when the half-price books type thing, is you go in there and you see this stuff, and at a time like now, when with so much is online,
Yeah.
that it really is like for physical media collector, it's literally just it's almost like it's almost like I hate to say this, but in a way, it's a religious experience when you go into this and you feel
Yeah.
like this
It is.
massive like you found your people type of thing. You found your place, like, and I'm excited
You're
because
accepted.
yeah, like I literally like every day I'm counting down. I at this point right now, and I've only been on the Medellina Facebook page for like 3 days. I'm now one of their top fans. I got a notification this morning actually, and I just want to go in and see a store where there's books and there's movies,
Yeah.
and it's just really
You
representative
can
of people
touch them.
who really love it. Yeah, because some people will like say, well, brick and mortar sometimes it's more expensive. I'm the type of guy, and not everybody can do it, and I understand, but I'm the type of guy that I will go to a store and I will walk in there, and it may if the not overly, but if it costs $5 extra to buy it in a store, and that keeps that store, that keeps
And the fact that it's in good quality as well and mint.
yeah, then that's what I'm going. That's what I'm going to do. Uh, for me, I buy online. Obviously, I don't buy online now. When I was in Canada, like I bought online a lot because it just wasn't around.
Yeah.
Here, I literally got to fly to another country to do it. Like so, short flight, like 4 hour
Yeah.
flight, but still, it's a flight. I got to fly to another country to pick up physical media, and I'm looking forward to like shooting some footage.
Well,
So,
I mean, if you look at my collecting, right,
yeah,
for the most part, most of my collecting comes from America, even though I'm in the UK. But don't get me wrong, we've got great companies and a lot easier, obviously, than for you. So you have to go to them country, obviously. But for me, I look at it and I go, wow, so many movies I buy are from Vinegar Syndrome, they're from Television, they're from Mondo, they're from Cult Epics. Do you know what I mean? And I just go, it's crazy, but in the world we live in, but most of the film, probably I would say 60-70% of the films I own are from other countries.
which is a crazy thing because when I lived in North America, like I could honestly say that especially from like my collecting was starting stuff like that, like around 67% of stuff was from the UK. Like I was
Yeah.
picking up like Arrow Video. I was picking up BFI. I was getting 88 films. I was like diving into like the other kind of like the fringe company, the Optimum. Remember Optimum? I'm
Yeah.
not sure if they're still around or
Yeah, I
not.
remember Optimum.
Network, the
I
companies
don't
like
think
that.
they are.
I saw at a store Legend of the Lone Ranger. It's a shitty movie, by the way, but I actually it's from my childhood. Um, guy that's in it, like the plays the Lone Ranger, he's dubbed. His voice is dubbed because he was like an actor. But
They're like
I
Franco Nero and Enter the Ninja.
Network put out a Blu-ray of it, and I found a store that has it for like under $10, and I'm like, I'm still gonna buy that.
Ooh. What was that? I always forget to mute this. Do you want to hear a story quickly of what happened to me yesterday with movies?
What happened yesterday, man?
So yesterday I woke up in the morning and I literally felt like I wanted to get rid of my whole movie collection.
Hmm.
I don't know why. It was like I was given a message, right? And it's going to sound really weird, but I woke up and I felt so at peace. And it was like, you have to get rid of your whole collection and your life will be pure and you won't think about it. Get rid of your TV, get rid of this. So I came downstairs, I spoke to Donna, and obviously Donna slapped me and said, I think you're having a bit of a delusion here. And I was like, really? But yeah, it was a really weird feeling because for the first hour, if I'd have had, I've been to farming and Burnham, I probably would have. It was really weird feeling.
No, what he's unaware of. See, I'd flown to over his way, and I was outside his window while he was sleeping. I'm like, you have to get rid of your movie collection. You have to give it to Aaron. That's what you need to do.
Like,
Hurt yourself. If you get rid of it, they will come.
you had it
I
through the window and you were like this with the eyes, like you're doing those old 80s horror movies. We're like, ooh.
think every collector goes through that existential crisis, man. Where you get to a point and you're like, is it worth it? Is it really like I went through it, man. It was one of those times when it's like, is this what I want? Is this what I want? Is this, is this a collecting legacy that I wanna cultivate?
Well, I think a part of the reason I got that was because I bought all those Asian movies recently from that guy. Remember I told you about it?
Yeah,
and nearly all of them came scratched and with dents in them, and with what looked like someone had poured like Coke on them, and it just put me in such a bad mood because I was like, how can you be a collector if you're treating discs like this? And the fact they put the discs separate from the artwork and put them in bubble wrap where they were kind of rubbing against each other, it just made me feel sick.
I mean,
and I think that
a lot of these people aren't like you get these people that are, they're scalpers. They're people that are just out to just make the quick buck. And and we're, one of my common phrases is, like, no shade, but like total fucking shade. Because it really bothers me when I see stuff like this. We work so hard to do and get and like curate what we got. This is not bubblegum cards. We're work really hard to get the stuff that like really represents us. Like we're not just like randomly picking. Like I don't randomly. My collection. There's no movies in my collection that were randomly picked up because this had a shiny cover. I would rent things when I was going to a video store. Oh, this has a nice shiny lenticular cover, whatever like that. But movies in my collection are movies that are my collection because I want to watch those movies.
of course.
That really bothered me. That is one thing that hit me hard.
That was sad. And he was still so young.
Yes.
It was like this. It was like 61, wasn't he?
Yeah, I gotta check now. I want to be sure.
And that's what Ragnar said. Well, you look that up. Yeah, well, it's not just Brad that can't accept it, criticism. It's all those companies. A lot of those companies can't do it. And I think it's because they put so much into it. But they feel like 68. Wow. But people feel like they just are not appreciated for doing it. And I think that's what it is more than anything.
I understand it a bit. I mean, like, here's the thing. And me and Malcolm talked about this. That like Brad, for instance, like it's obviously this is his lifeblood. This is what he's doing. This is what he's passionate.
Yeah.
So there's times when you're doing that, like we hear a lot of criticism back, and a lot of criticism is nice, constructive criticism, right? Like at the end of the day, and it's not meant to be mean, it's not meant to be hurtful, it's not meant to be harmful. It's it is what it is, my friends. Uh, but that being said, um, is you when you put so much of yourself, your lifeblood into something like that. I do YouTube, right? This is a fun like
Yeah.
hobby, meant to be nice and relaxing and like stressless. It's not, uh, because at the end of the day, as Malcolm knows, I get up like 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm doing stuff here for the day.
Yeah.
This is my day. A lot
Sometimes
of my
up to
time.
16 hours.
Yeah, something, and that's the thing. And like, well, would I have a better day if I got to go and walk outside, or maybe sit down and play some video games or watch a movie? Would be wonderful. But I like this, and I want people to come in and say, okay, yeah, it was worth it. It was worth the journey, and hopefully, when you come in here, it's worth the journey. But it gets like so. Sometimes you can have criticism, like good constructive criticism, which is fantastic, and other times just people can be just dicks. And
Yeah.
at times, depending on how things are said and like how much has been said, uh, something may come across differently, and you sometimes like lump in constructive criticism with non-constructive criticism
Yeah.
because it's coming at the same time, and it does get to be a little like a thing. Like I used to be very like iffy on like Severin because Severin were very much like argumentative with a lot of times. Oh, no, I forgot the Leprechaun rank with their stuff. But but you have to understand at the time too, like Severin were like doing these big sales, massive sales, better sales than I've ever seen, like than I've seen a lot of companies do. Their Severin's the best sales was when the freaking website crashed. Like go back to those sales; they're so
Yeah.
freaking amazing.
It's quite sad now, actually, how sales are.
You know, you got one two artists change on the slipcover art. I mean, Kino needs more than artists. For me, what Kino really needs is they need more people like I don't know who's doing the
My
work.
biggest complaint with Keno when it comes to their slipcovers, it isn't if it's the same artwork at all. Even though that is a problem, it's the fact that they're so bloody thin and they get damaged so easily.
until until like we had like the Vinegar Syndrome slipcovers though, and then, until like we got the hard boxes coming from Arrow and places like that, and remember the window box things. That was like the norm. Like we didn't know any difference. It was like what, but once you know, and you can't. It's like you
Yeah.
can't go back. Like, like because you've had this
So,
like 'cause you've had these good slips like Mel, and you're like, oh damn, now I know. Now how can I go back to the regular stuff, right? It's uh
yeah,
it's like when you watch certain movies, like for example, like with really good quality, and then some people go back and watch a VHS and never seen a VHS before, and it's like, okay, how do people watch this? What's what we had?
yeah.
Um, I
Talking
think for
about, go on.
So for Kino, it's some behind the scenes stuff that bothers me. Obviously, it's uh Kino. I reached out to Kino. I did some review stuff for Kino for a month, and then they ghosted me. And so yeah, that's about behind the scenes stuff for Kino. That's what
Oh,
bothered me.
God. Why did they
Yeah,
ghost you?
Kino, we're like, okay, if you've got like right now, we're going in a different direction. If you have, let us know if you've got like a big website. If you have like a website with reviews,
Uh,
but as for like just and I had less viewers at the time, but I had like people behind the scenes that were reviewers or friends of mine that were helping me out, and like spoke, said nice stuff to me, for me to Kino. But they were like, they sent me some nice stuff, so I can't complain. Sent me like a nice box of releases, and like him was a massive Kino fan. So
yeah,
she was like, "Okay, this is great. We'll get some Kino releases. A bit of review Kino stuff. It'll be able to take like another because I was in a bit of a rut, and I felt okay. This is a nice trajectory change for my channel. Like it's
yeah.
not just Vinegar Syndrome. It's not just like the quality releases. I can get like we can get some quality in there, man. So I got excited, and then they didn't do it well. They like they didn't handle it well. They had a big sale going on, and they kept like feeding me like, "Oh, this is a sale." Like behind the scenes guys, this is stuff. This is stuff. It's really big. It's exciting. It's fun. They were like, they took all of my publicity that they could, but when I was like, hey, when's the next step? Well, not so sure. I'm like, wait a second, you just used me for your last sale, which was a great sale, so I didn't mind. Like, I won't like publicize anything that I don't like. Like, I don't care
Yeah,
what kind or what you're sending me. If I don't like your movie, that's it. Like,
yeah,
I won't be mean about it, but I'll be honest about it. But
yeah.
that like it got me off from a while, and it's a shame because Kino does such good releases, and I think that the Kino cult's a good line. And that was like one person that I work with, and I don't know like if everybody is like that or just I just hit the wrong person. It can happen. So I don't
Yeah,
like.
I had a agent who was contacting me about, well, go USA back when I lived in America early on, and I was doing some reviews for them. I still get the messages from them to review stuff for some reason, right?
This is good.
But I think it is good. But what they do now is they send you mostly digital screeners now instead of the actual movies.
I would have been
And
okay if they with something like that. If they would have done that, like there's a company
yeah,
for a while that did that, and there was semi-digital like release of movies that were coming out. There's some an Alex Cox film, but apparently I didn't like one of the movies enough. I guess because I was like, hey, this is a good movie to remake because I think it's
yeah.
got there's good qualities of the film, and if someone remade it, it'd be a lot, fantastic. Which was not it wasn't was I thought was a nice thing to say. Apparently, they didn't agree, and I did not get any more like releases from them. So I'm not like you, man, because of that. I still don't get releases from those guys.
What was it? It was only the other day. I picked it up. Oh, that's right. Over it. So I bought the American Train to Busan 4K, right?
Yeah,
I got it last week, and then today on Zavvi it said Train to Busan coming out in the UK, and I was like, oh fuck.
this always happens.
You know,
I understand though.
well, I mean, they're probably the same train, so don't get me wrong. It's not that much different, but I was just like, I'd rather have had it with the UK rating.
It's just like,
Ooh,
oh, the newer Crow movie. Here's the thing. Um, there's been like some conflicting things on this. Well, I think the design is just crap. I'll tell you that right now. It looks like Jared Leto's Joker. And some people have said like, "Hey, I guess you never read The Crow then because James O'Barr's The Crow is different people and he has different looks and stuff like that." Yeah, none of them suck that bad. I do
yeah.
like the actor Bill Skarsgård. That's the thing. So I am cautiously optimistic, but the design of the Crow, like the Post Malone looking type Crow, doesn't work for me. But I'll watch it.
I actually did a trailer reaction with Benet yesterday on it. But it's coming up, I think, on Friday. But I'll say my view of it. My view is, but I thought it was terrible. I thought the character looked terrible. I thought it's obviously going in a completely different direction, and I thought the action looked more like it was something from Blade or something than it did The Crow. I like the artistic approach with the water and everything in the trailer, but I feel like I think it's gonna suck. But then if you see it from a different view, because it is like a movie made 30 years after the first one was, then you got to look at the modern generation, and the modern generation sucks. So there you go. That's my that's my view. If you don't want to see the reaction,
I mean,
no 1,800 on physical medium, 365 days. Ragnar, you've got a problem. And I can
yeah, I
tell you
don't.
right now, you triple that, that's mine.
I mean, The Crow is very. I hope it's done. I mean, like The Crow has never had a good sequel. Like the best Crow, aside from the original one, is the TV series.
It's
Like,
Wicked Prayer.
uh, like all of them sucked. Like all the other ones. I wish they didn't. They had great actors, great cast. Uh, but
The TV series wasn't bad.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That TV series was literally the only
No.
good thing afterwards. Uh, but I will. I want it to be good so bad, and I like Bill Skarsgård. Like, because here's the thing: when I saw the look of Pennywise before it came out,
Mm.
I was like, "Are you kidding? Like, what the hell? This looks horrible." And I still think that was a bad choice for Pennywise, like as in like not the actor, but as in like the design. Um, but it's great for memes. It's funny for memes.
I
But
think you activated it perfectly. I think he did it really well, but I think the look is a little bit.
Yeah, when you're trying to make it's a clown, the idea behind like that the clown in Pennywise is that he's supposed to be like this character that children will go towards, and then he gets him in and he does like he feeds on the fears and he brings their fears to it. But there's nothing like remotely like no kid in his right mind is going to go up to Pennywise. Those guys got Pennywise.
Yeah, not with
They're
that
gonna
look.
love the explanation.
Definitely not.
Uh,
At least
but
with Tim Curry's one, it looked like it could be really friendly sometimes, even though it wasn't.
yeah, there's like people underrate Tim Curry's uh Pennywise because Tim Curry they're like he does that comedic, but he gets that like that clown aspect. He understands the darkness like behind the makeup and that you can look clownish and
Yeah.
seem funny and really be
I'll
so.
never forget watching the balloons pop up in the original miniseries and freaking out every time it would happen.
Oh,
And thinking, oh, what's going to happen? It's in the newer ones. I was just like, eh.
I think the scariest scene for me in the newer one was the scene in the garage. That freaked me out. I like that scene.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. I'm hoping that the Crow's gonna be good. It's got a good, there's good cast. But the other ones have a good cast too.
He just looks too normal after he's killed. He's walking around. It just seems very.
But he
It
did.
seems like he's trying to be a bad superhero movie.
But let's be honest. Let's like dive back for a second there. Like Brandon Lee's The Crow, which became a classic, and let's not lie, a large part because unfortunately the tragedy that happened. But is it still a fantastic
That's
film?
a lie.
But
That's a lie. Nobody knew he died until after.
That's God. That's literally like what it was. It's it's an action movie. It's like he seems fairly normal. It's like the makeup kind of the time. James Bond's original comic looks closer to the older Crow movie. It does, but that's the original one. There's been like the thing about the Crow is like there's been O'Barr did a lot of like the Crow wasn't just one character. The Crow was like there's a bunch of them. It's not like
Batman. It's like 5 altogether.
Yeah, like it's not like Batman, which is one person, right? It's like Grendel. It's like Crow. It's one of Grendel, right? Because you read the Grendel comics, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot like there's the Hunter Grendel and there's the different Grendels.
There's the Casanova Grendel. There's the adult Grendel. You name it.
I like the what's her name? The one that comes after when they start to go more like for those like comic people, Grendel is like this really good, but it's like dense. I mean, like if you're reading Grendel. Like it's not one where it's like, oh look, just look the art. Like there's a ton. Crow movies is not five movies. I've reached 5 already. There's the one with the guy from Disturbing Behavior. There's David Boreanaz one, right?
Yeah, and there's Edward Furlong one.
Yeah.
That was the best. Actually, Edward Furlong plays the best Crow. If you've never seen it, guys, you need to check that out. If you want a good laugh.
I think, I don't know. I mean, it's hard. Like this is, it's an iconic role. And obviously, like people thought nobody was going to be able to play the Joker again after Jack Nicholson. And Heath Ledger came along and he played a character that was called.
And he's only rated that way because he sadly passed away and all.
People say that too. Like that's the thing. People say that. I think he did a great job. Like Heath Ledger's a great actor.
And him and Brandon Lee both look similar as well.
That's scary when you think about it. You got the CD soundtrack for Crow Saver. It was a City of Angels soundtrack. I can't remember the soundtrack for that one.
I played the video game of the original Crow movie on the PlayStation 1. I used to love going in the bar and just beating up the thugs in there.
I think like there's certain like scenes you see in like certain superhero movies, like just for a second, that are when you watched them like when you're younger, it's like really like cool. And then like years when you watch it like later, you're like, what the hell? There's a scene in Daredevil, right? Like Ben Affleck's Daredevil. And
I love that movie.
And like and it's like he gets there and he's like, oh, it was the vigilante was here, right? And he's like, what do you mean? He said, how do you know the vigilante was here? And he throws in his cigarette and there's the DD symbol. And names. I mean, like, that's really cool to see and all. Well, that makes no sense. So
no, how would he know it's there?
Well, like why? When is Daredevil going like, oh, man, okay, I've stopped this crime. Okay, let's get it the lighter fluid. There we go.
Exactly. What would and how would he see it?
That would be hilarious too, by the way. Can you imagine like that, like as a scene where we see this big action scene and like they're all down, and then we see like him just stop, like kind of manufacture.
And just squirting out everywhere, like.
It's like, oh, God, it's taking forever. You know,
Well,
but it's
the
gonna look
reason
really
the Crow's
cool.
the reason the Crow's getting the 4K is because the movie's coming out, isn't it?
Oh,
I mean,
hell yeah.
I'm not saying that isn't the reason, but I'm saying that's why they're both connected because the thing.
There's
Even though I'm glad it's coming out in 4K because it's one of my favorite movies.
a steelbook coming out. Really nice, actually. Here we go.
It's sold out over here.
Oh yeah,
Whoa,
that's why it's in this.
It's got a slip. It's got a slip.
Yeah.
Bit depressed with only one disc.
Steelbook 30th anniversary, 4K, HD plus digital. Alex Price,
I love that. What's it say? What's it say down there's the description? A man comes back from the grave in the guise of a nightbird to avenge his and his girlfriend's deaths. That's the most basic sentence you could have for that movie.
You know, whatever Paramount sends, like that's what about there. Alex Price best film was Dark City. Like I like The Crow, but Dark City is his masterpiece.
Yeah, Dark City is good.
That's the one I like about. That's one I want a massive edition of, man.
Did you hear about The Prisoner? Did you hear about The Prisoner TV series being released by Imprint?
What makes sense? It's 6. It's their 6 in their TV line. Like number 6. What else you're gonna go with, right? Like, of course, it's gonna be The Prisoner, unless it's gonna be like some body like English comedy series. They're gonna go 6 in a different way. We'll bring it up here. Imprint. You can see I was looking at.
I'm thinking about making an order from Imprint because I want to order that, but I don't want to wait till July.
Well, here's the thing. I'll contact you when I'm in Paris because there's some stuff I'm looking at.
Oh, there's some new releases on there.
Oh, there's a standard edition of 4 coming out. That was a good film.
Oh.
I had the VHS that one for years. But here we go. This is the new. Oh, includes Danger Man. Nice.
No, it includes special episodes of Danger Man, not all of it.
Oh, I have Danger Man upstairs. Like if you watch all my videos, you guys know that I actually have the complete series.
I'm guessing they're going to release Danger Man soon.
Oh yeah, I'll get its own thing because they'll be like, okay. Yeah. Aha. What we got here? New 120 pages collectible booklet. 2007 documentary. I got to check because I got The Prisoner over there. I got to see if like the features are the same. Because mine had a ton. You probably got it too, right? The Prisoner series.
Yeah.
Like a ton of features on there. So I don't know. There's new interviews. Okay, we're getting some new interviews on here as well. A ton of archival stuff. Bonus disc Danger Man. But I have all of Danger Man. That's the problem. But I like the fact there's 2 in HD.
Yeah. I think they're going to release it, to be fair.
Yeah, I think. But that's going to make me want to get them both. It depends.
I might buy that and then remake of The Prisoner. And just watch them together.
Sting Crow, right?
Sting, what, the singer?
Yeah. When they spent so much time like cultivating that whole like Crow persona, and then Hulk Hogan screwed him over at the last minute. It ain't gonna work for me, brother. I think that fast count shouldn't be a fast count; it should be a regular count. Take away from the entire like.
I really want that box set. I want that box set, the uninvited and the unseen. But isn't that the uninvited that's released through Criterion?
Uninvited was released through Criterion, I think. You mean this one right here? Let's save it for a second. Yeah, Imprint stuff looks gorgeous. Like I'm going to see it in person for the first time, and I'm like, is it going to wow me? It's like, what will wow me?
You might go in there and you might go give them all to me and run off.
That's it. It was.
What I do like about Imprint stuff is I do like the whole why do it first? Because you know you're not going to buy it anywhere else.
They have sexy looking box sets. That's what I like. I'm all about the sexy box set.
I showed Donna this cover and she said, "Are you going to get it?" And I went, "I want to." And she went, "You got to," and I went, "Yes." And I went, "When's it coming out?" And I saw June. I went,
You got time. You got
too
time.
long to wait. Too long to wait.
But there's, I mean, like, what's gonna be out now? Well, I'm curious now. So imprint. Oh, it'll be in the what'll be in store when I get there. I love me some.
Yeah, that's true, Ragnar. That's very true.
It's yeah. It's not gonna lie. It's harder. I understand a bit more now. I do have. I got a bit of a beef like Radiances were actually legit asking for reviewers. So I went and said, "Hey, I'll definitely like your stuff looks good. I'll be happy to review it." Right. And
Yeah,
Radiances, and I'm like, so I can do. I said, we're not quite sure if like you may be a little bit too far off. I'm like, I've got like Morocco, and I can go to Paris or England. I've got like places that I can have it sent to. Yeah, there's a place in Canada that I can get it from, and still they were dicks about it. So
yeah.
that's stopped me with a bit of their stuff. I'm
Oh
being more
yeah.
open with this stuff. You're
Well,
like
I
coming out.
gone.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna go. I thought about contacting Eureka and 88 Films and asking if they would send review copies. I thought about that, to do on here
Yeah.
because I thought it might actually, happen, kind of thing. Like,
Well,
I wouldn't put my channel to be on this channel, just so people know. But then I went, do you know what I mean?
I'm close to there too.
Yeah.
Like so, like, I can get them from.
That's what I mean.
Well, it's like that's the killer
That's what I
part,
mean.
and it's
Yeah. And I thought
it's
it
a
might help
shame.
your channel a bit more if I
Yeah,
was able to do that.
yeah. Like the thing is, like for this type of stuff, like I'm not like the big channel that gets all this stuff. So guys, when I do like when I come out and I'll do the donation stuff and I'll do like the buy me a coffee stuff like that, I'm not like doing it like there's no grift. That it's literally like, hey, I want to bring more to the channel. Can you help me bring more to the channel? That's literally what
Yeah.
it is because I'm not the person that's out there. Like I don't nobody's sending me everything. Uh, I do whatever I do on my own, and whatever help I get's appreciated. Like that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
That's the truth of it. Uh, especially this month. Like it hurts this month. Because what it is because I'm going to be 53, and I'm like, okay, this is this will be the month we talked about this, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I can't talk about it anymore because it's gonna bother me. So we're not gonna talk about it. Let us look at movies. There's some great sets here. Like, see, look, you got the Adventure Collection. 119
Yeah, I
euros.
don't. I need to get the third one. 'Cause they
119
got the
euros.
third one coming out, haven't they?
That's
It's
a lot.
crazy, but there's 3 of them now. Oh yeah, you're on the what do you call it? You're on the print site.
Millennium website, yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say
119.
that is expensive.
Yeah, some of these regular ones, I can understand 30 euros for like
Oh,
regular.
that Sydney Lumet one is 189.
It's insanely priced, but it's really getting low
Yeah.
apparently. But to be fair, they also have this is still a smaller store, and it still has a bring these in. And I know how much
No,
as a
but
person I used to review
but
from Paul.
189 is a bit. I mean, I don't know how much it is on imprint. 119
Let's find out.
Australian.
$194? No, it's
Okay.
expensive.
Put that in pounds for a second. Or actually, I think you can put in euros.
Yeah, it's 2 euros.
Yeah, you can.
It's 117, so it is more. It's definitely a lot more, right?
It's a lot more, yeah.
That's too much. I can understand that. Like Heath, I guess he gets. Well, he's located in like he's situated really well. And But yeah, I don't know if I'll never have that.
Can I be real for a minute on this comment?
Of course you
All right, but it's not negative to hate or anything. I just want to be real on it. You know, if other YouTubers could spread the love easier, right, to help others, I think more people would do it. But you got to understand, it's the companies. The companies are the ones that look at the things. So for for instance, he gets all those Kino Lorbas because he has I'm guessing, a personal relationship with the guy there who goes on there.
I'm very good.
As you know, so he gets to have them, and yeah, it might be too much for him to a degree, but at the same time, there's no, you know, it's a positive thing because he's getting that from the people, but it's not like he can spread that to other people because that's like his contract, for instance. So it'd be like if I said right now, look, I've got this brilliant relationship with Cult Epics, right? And I said to them, look, you need to pass it on to this person as well. They might look into it, but they might not because it's all about their view. It's not, sadly. I mean, we wish they could, but
Yeah. I can honestly say he did help this channel, like behind the scenes. Like some of the stuff that I got, like there's people like Keith and a couple other people that actually spoke up for me.
yeah,
At a time I was getting nothing.
yeah,
So there's, I got to give, I definitely got to give credit there. But they can only do what they like. Malcolm's 100% right. They can only do what they can do because at the end of the day, that company's going to make that decision. Obviously,
yeah.
Kino made a different decision with me than like a company like Mill Creek or Sony did.
Yeah.
That
Well, you
to
know,
my,
that's what I thought. Go on.
no, go ahead.
Well, that's what I thought about Content Eureka and 88 Films because I thought if I could somehow get review copies from them, I could review them on here, right? You know, like with you, and we could talk about
It'll be
earlier.
interesting. I still want we've been slowly wanting to do like a podcast thing, which I really want to do.
Yeah,
You've been more busy though lately. You've been doing like a bunch of things. But that would be like a key thing. Would like to be like to review some stuff, to do some different things.
yeah,
So like just dive into certain things. And the ability to go in and get stuff that's different is really intriguing.
yeah.
Remedy Films. I gotta check this because you know what? I checked yesterday and they keep updating their use section and there's always new stuff. Like there's Hitcher in the Dark. It's like
Oh,
and of course Contempt. It's got a great edition.
are
For
they
22.
Jellos there? The yellow ones.
Yeah, those are only in French though. French and Italian.
So
Which is a
that's
shame.
blonde. I know that one. But
Uh
yeah, okay. That is a shame.
because I would tell you about those. There's Legend of the Lone Ranger right there. And they're
That's
it's a
the
media.
network release.
Yeah. So which was a really good release when it comes to that type of stuff. But I had to keep looking back because they keep putting extra things in there that I don't realize.
Ooh.
What
You should
kills me
make
is
a list.
I gotta be careful this one. All right.
Oh, can we go back up, please?
No, we
I
can't.
really want to see that. I need to, please.
These are media books, German media books, but they sell it like crazy. Literally a lot of these came out one day, and the next before the day was over, like almost every Medellina media book was sold out. Like, and yeah, I sold out, of course. But there were so many good ones. Like, and I showed you some of these here. They weren't sold out initially when I showed them to you. But épuisé, by the way, it means what's the word? Exhausted. So it's not there. Or if you're in French, if you're want to tell somebody you're exhausted, you're just drained. Épuisé. See, little bit of French at a time, right, guys? The fact they did a media
Gun Woman. I love that cover for Gun Woman.
the fact they did a media book box set of House is friggin' amazing.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but and each one it's got a media book that's in it. They're all beautiful.
Like, look at this.
There you go. So stunning.
And I've never owned a media book. So
so you've got to buy one while you're over there.
I'm hoping there'll be good ones there. I mean, there's a couple different places. There's like some kind of like not out of the way, but shops you wouldn't think about. Well, obviously, I'm going to check Fnac and places like that. But Melina is there. There's one place that has a lot of releases. Potemkin's got like Trier, but they got like the sleazy stuff too that I really want to check out.
Hey, everybody knows. But if you want, if I was in France, all right, I'd be going straight to the sleazy store.
I said, well, one of these days, man, if I get to London and we can hang out, and then what we do is we take a trip to France. We get a lot of this stuff.
That sounds good. I need to get my passport sorted. Ever since I've got it, I haven't sorted it. I need to get it redone.
Oh, you totally do. And get a 10-year. Don't get a 5-year. Get a 10 years. 5 years waste.
Yeah. It's easier, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh,
I
100%.
don't like they make the media box DVD height. Yeah, I don't like that either.
I go back and forth. I do like that oversize. Like, remember those Walmart, when they made those Walmart VHSs that had a Blu-ray inside it?
Yeah.
Those were so cool, though.
Yeah. Oh, did you see the new Mondo releases?
Yeah. Oh, wait. I don't think I'm not sure if I brought them up on the channel or not. Let's bring them up.
The new announcements. They won't have it on the site yet. They'll have it on their Facebook thing.
All right. Let me just see something here. Let us just be us for a second here. I'll bring it up.
Ooh, here I am, guys. You get to see me in bigger quality again. There we go.
Now let's find out.
One's Lena Romay.
Oh, I love Lena Romay. You know that.
Yeah. And it's got action scenes in it, like it's in full on, adult action scenes.
So let's see. Let's open link in a tab. Can I actually show this? Nope. Oh, there's cards and everything for this.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. These are some good releases.
Yeah.
So let's. So this is a Lena Romay one. And Cheetah Wilson's in this too.
Yeah, what's amazing is they said on the thing of this, but when they do it on the website, they're going to do it as S Explosion or S Apocalypse, because PayPal won't let you buy it otherwise, which I don't understand considering Vinegar Syndrome releases all theirs with things in it. I don't get it.
Well, that may be one of the reasons Vinegar Syndrome went over to Medellin, to be honest with you. And one of the reasons that OnlyFans
but you still pay through PayPal on it.
PayPal's different with stuff like that, and especially recently, it's become a lot harder. PayPal has stopped a lot of if it's raunchier, PayPal companies, they really, really are hard on it. And we also have here Fata Morgana. I love this cover, by the way. It's very cool.
Beautiful cover, isn't it?
And both of these, by the way, have special Blu-ray, I think booklets and postcards and stuff like that in here as well.
Well, they're going on sale on the 28th. Just so people know. I have to get my 2 copies.
Did you decide which China Brian you wanted? Or are you going to buy them both?
I've got both, haven't I? I pre-ordered the Eureka one just before they announced the Vinegar Syndrome one, so I've got both. Which I'm alright with, to be honest, because they've got different features on them, so it gives me a reason to watch both.
Eureka one's a slight bit cheaper, which is good.
Yeah, one thing I don't like about Eureka lately, I don't know if anyone else is buying from them like I do, when they announce them, is they used to have the bundle thing where you got £5 off or £8 off or whatever. Now they don't seem to do that. Every time there's a 4K month, they just don't do it.
To be fair though, their 4Ks are a lot cheaper than you want to buy a Vinegar Syndrome 4K. But yeah, well, I agree. I would love the bundle. Remember Indicator does the bundles, and I think Indicator still does bundles too, which is
the Indicator bundles are rip-off, and I'll tell you why. Not because it's annoying to them, because you're still saving money. But I'll put things in my cart, right? And it goes to like £52 free shipping. You use the 10% off for the bundle, and then you have to pay like £5 shipping. So you're basically paying the same thing.
I mean, what's a rip is like some of those Radiants, like quote unquote bundles where like, there's a book coming and it's like this cheap ass.
Like that Tom Mess book, which which didn't even have a personality to it. It looked more like an exercise book.
Good Lord. Like, yeah. Radiant, you gotta look at Severin when it comes to your
at least release some proper books. Talk about that. I should get the Clones of Bruce Lee book soon from Eastern Heroes.
That should be an interesting book. Like,
so I found. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say I found out that. So if you bought that, right? Remember I told you get you get 5 chances to win a Bruce Lee, Clones Bruce set. Yeah. There's only 100 sold, right? So apparently, because I was like, how are they going to do it? Apparently, Severin pulls them out a hat or something and sends directly to you. Now, my thing with that is, are they going to tell before it's released? Because otherwise, I'm going to be waiting to see. Do you see what I mean?
It'll be interesting. I mean, like, can you imagine though? If you're watching seeing the Severin, like, the bundle, like, oh crap, man, this is like, you get it, you randomly go to your post and it's like, oh, it's open the door and it's like the Clones Bruce Lee set. And it's before it's been released. So you haven't had the chance to pre-order it. That'd be amazing.
Imagine that. But my question is this: do you get the whole bundle? Because they're going to be doing a Brucey bundle, aren't they? So do you get the whole bundle, or do you just get the set?
Get the set. They're not going to give you the whole bundle. Like, you can, like, they'll obviously have the things they're probably can buy, like buy maybe T-shirt, maybe some stickers type of thing. Because you're still, it's going to get you to go and buy and check.
A Brucey plush. To go with my Joe Spinell.
What do you think to go? I think they'll go with at least they're really going to get a T-shirt. They're going to get a T-shirt for sure.
Yeah, definitely. There's nothing about shirt on
that. The book is obviously going to be an option with that bundle. I don't know if there's a lot more they can do with the bundle. Maybe like an enamel pin. Maybe we get like a. Can you imagine if like this is a start of like an Asian cinema like series for Severin? So they start like the Heroes of Asia enamel pins, and they like get a bunch of those.
Yeah, I would love that. And they have more of these boxes. That'd be epic.
That'd be. You would be in your glee, man. So that would be in your glee.
I'd be freaking out.
Severin calls us cardboard enthusiasts, and the first company to put out a light up slipcover. But I do love that light up slipcover. I'm a sucker for that type of thing, and I'm the first. I don't know if I'll buy it for that, because if I'm in a store and it's there, maybe. Here's the thing: I used to be one of those guys when I would see something like that, like, bam, right away. Al Absent set got announced. 10 minutes later, after it got announced, thank God I did, because I saw it really quickly. I got the big bundle. I got the big like autograph posters and like all the stuff. But now I'm like, that shine is worn out. Like, you better bring your A game when it comes to what's in that set. Because if I look and it's the director set, and I'm not seeing a documentary or stuff on that set, and you say, well, but look, there's a plush and there's like a enamel pin. Like, no, I want to see, like, give me the goods in the set.
Yeah.
Then I'll think about the gravy. Yeah, then I'll think about the gravy afterwards. That's it, man. I like more. And I'm Canadian. I like poutine. I like my gravy and my.
You like poutine? Did you say?
Oh well, dude. Gotta love it.
Poutine.
I know what you said. Yeah, look at that. Swordsman of all swordsmen. Not just any.
Talk about that. I watched that yesterday.
What'd you think?
Because I quite in the mail. That and Mystery of Chess Boxing, they came together. Brilliant. Mystery of Chess Boxing, I've seen before. Really enjoyed it. There's a lot of weird cuts and edits on that film. And that's probably from where they took them out, when they were on the film originally. Also, The Sword of the Swordsman is really fun. It's great. It's a revenge flick done the right way. Looks
So it's the
stunning.
opposite of
Stunning
Slaughter
on
in
my
San
4K
Francisco.
player.
It's the opposite of
So
Slaughter
San
in San
Francisco
Francisco.
I haven't watched yet.
Let me know.
That's like the
Because
last one on my
that's
Eureka
what I
list to watch.
it's one that I remember being extraordinarily bad, and I want to know if it's as bad as I remember it being, or if it maybe because it's probably a different cut. Maybe the cut
Yeah.
is better, makes it better. I hope to God it
Well, the
does.
answer to that is going to be it will be as bad as you remember. I can guarantee you that. I watched that Space Jello set.
And what do you think? Because I'm wondering about that one. Those ones I was looking at.
It's all right. The Jess Franco one's good. The second one is very. Oh, excuse me. It's very slow and very psychological instead of actual kills and gore. And the third one's all right. I think it's a decent set, but it's not a set I jump on immediately.
It's a sale set, you think?
Yeah, it's a sales set for sure. Because I think the Jess Franco one is really good because it's got Lena Romay in and that. And at least there's some kills in it. The third one's got kills in it, and it was okay. The second one was very predictable and slow.
I mean, but did you watch Five Card Stud yet?
No, not yet. I've just decided to try and get through my February stuff before the March stuff turns up.
Which is, it makes sense.
So I'll probably watch 5 Card Stud sometime this week.
So close.
Funny how it seems. Always in
not
time.
great, but I'm tempted.
It's a good film.
It's good. I mean, it's not like not a first run of like, okay, when there's so much to pick from. You know what I mean? It's like,
It's nice and shiny as well. The slipcover's shiny.
well, that could win me over. It's shiny, right? Oh, the shiny.
The gold one is as well. Hey, Bunky just swung in.
Hey, welcome, dude. Something's. I want to.
Is that one called Rabies? Did I just see one called Rabies?
Arabia.
Arabia. Ah.
Rhymes with
Arabia. That stands for the rabies.
Where's like this stuff like this? Like they don't have but unfortunately this one's just in French. But look at this one. Look at this cover.
Ooh, that's nice. What one's that one?
Black glasses.
Oh.
It's
Looks
a
like
massive.
completely different film.
It's such a cool edition, man. No, it's English. Hell's yeah.
Ooh.
Because I looked at I saw unboxing of this one. Like it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so gorgeous.
You need to get that Reformed Schoolgirls one.
No, because I saw that movie in theater and I was so pissed off. There's like not as sleazy at all as I thought it was gonna be. I'm like, wow, it's gonna be super sleazy. And I'm like, I got
Isn't
it.
that the one? Isn't that one Vinegar Syndrome released?
I think, yeah, they did. Arrow released it too back in the day. I got the Arrow edition.
Because I haven't watched it yet.
I love that. Like, Sleepless is called Blood the Innocents.
That's beautiful. That's that one.
Again, are they like features, book, hard box? These are hard boxes, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having like a collection of these?
Be phenomenal, wouldn't it?
And at 24 euros is not bad. Can I guess your favorite Leprechaun film?
Leprechaun in the Hood.
Number 2. I'm gonna say 2, but yeah, Malcolm go with Leprechaun in the Hood. I'm gonna go with part 2 because that's my favorite. I would be very surprised if you say Origins. Just saying. It could be, but I'd be very. Oh, those like we're going to be ranking the Leprechaun movies in a couple minutes there before we go on to do any more of this. But look at this stuff, though, man. Look.
Oh, I like that Moon 44 cover.
Which one?
That one there, Moon 44.
Yeah. The pumpkin cover
nice.
just like, look, it's insane. Like they really put in like there's. We're waiting, Monkey. Did we guess? Did either one of us guess right? Did Malcolm guess right? A friend with weed is a friend indeed.
I love that. I love that bit. And Knock, knock. Who's there? Goldfinger. Yes, you're correct. I was wanting the Star Wars versus Leprechaun crossover film. So who's correct? Are you correct to number two, or is it maybe back
Yes,
in? Oh, two.
two.
Okay.
Two was best. It is the best quality of the
Hood
film.
ones are the best ones.
Hood don't. The second Hood one is definitely not the one. It's not a good film. First,
the first one's great. How high is your watch power, Malcolm? My watch power is I would say probably about 8,793 movies at the minute. That's not counting TV series.
I wish this was English, because for those that don't know, this is Joe D'Amato, and all those couple of Holocaust in France. It is, what's it called? Beyond the Mega. Buried Alive is another title.
Beyond the Mega, yeah, Buried Alive, yeah.
There's a dozen titles for the film.
It's very. It's got some really disturbing bits in it, but a lot of people wouldn't find.
Let's do this before we go any further.
First of all, S is for Back in the Hood straight away. We know this.
It is so not for back. We're going to go these one at a time, and what I'll do, because to be fair, we'll each give our rankings of them. So you'll see two different series of rankings, but I'll do it here. So what I'm going to do first, Malcolm, is I'm going to let you do your rankings of the films, and then I'll my ranks after, because it's only fair. We're not going to because last time we did this, sometimes there was contentions, and I was like, okay, I pulled rank because I'm the guy controlling this, which I can do, but it's still not fair. So let's do it right. Okay.
So
we're going to start off. We're not going to start with the first one. We're going to do it in order, as these are right here. So looks like we're looking at Leprechaun 3 first.
Okay. Leprechaun 3 is a lot of fun. I enjoy it quite a bit. I don't enjoy it as much as number 2, but I do think it's a decent one. So I'm probably going to put that in B.
Here we go. All right. Now we're at Leprechaun 2.
Okay. Like that one a lot. I think it's probably technically one of the better sequels in the franchise. So I do agree with that. And I think I'd put that an A because it is fun. It's got, it's got what you could expect from them to carry on. Hey,
Sematech, welcome, dude. We're going to be going back to the other stuff after, but we're going to do some rankings there. Malcolm's ranking first. I'm ranking next. Leprechaun Back to the Hood.
Okay, so this is the second one, right?
That's the second one.
Okay, well, it's fun, but it's not as fun as the other, so I'll give it a C.
Leprechaun in Space.
Leprechaun in Space has to be a. I like the setting in space, even though a lot of people might not. So I'm going to give it a B.
There we go. Leprechaun in the Hood.
S, immediately.
S, there we go.
It's probably the best one in the whole franchise, guys. Leprechaun in the Hood is phenomenal.
Well, I think that's one of Malcolm's favorites. We're going to get to now. Leprechaun Origins.
Okay, that's D.
The movie with no leprechaun.
Wasn't that the one with Hornswoggle in?
Yes, but you won't recognize him because he's in this kind of white, weird non-leprechaun. Okay,
I still can't believe they put that in the set.
The original Leprechaun.
Leprechaun, I would put that under A. A young Jennifer Aniston getting those, shining.
The latest one.
This got to be a. You know what? I didn't think it was as bad as Origins.
Nothing's as bad as Origins.
I think I'll put that in C because it's not brilliant, but it's not as bad as Origins.
Okay, so here we go. In S tier, Leprechaun in the Hood for Malcolm. Yep. In A tier, Leprechaun 1 and 2. In B tier, Leprechaun 3, and Leprechaun in Space. In C tier, Leprechaun Back to the Hood and Leprechaun, what's it called, Revenge or something like that.
Yeah, Revenge.
And in D tier, Leprechaun Origins. So now let's redo this. Let's redo this. See if let's redo it. All right, we'll just put them there and I'll go through them, I guess. So
All right.
Leprechaun 2 is my favorite in the Leprechaun series. It's got me
Noise.
Leprechaun, I guess mine's in different order for you than you. I really like Leprechaun. There actually might be the people are going to be freaked out. There may be 3 that's the S tier for me.
Oh,
Leprechaun 3. By the way, Origins is not moving, it's sticking right there. Leprechaun Back to the Hood and Leprechaun in the Hood, definitely an A tier.
makes sense.
Now here's where I get controversial. Okay, you ready? Are you ready to see me court controversy, Malcolm? Ready to see me
let's do it.
Are you ready for it? Because
Yep.
see, everything here, almost everything here is exactly where it needs to be, except for one film.
Oh, wow.
Except for one film. Because I agree with you on a lot of these things. I friggin' love this movie. It is so cool. I'm not Mitten House. I am Mitten Spider. It is such a good quotable one. It's got that 2001 like middle finger at the end of the film, which is utterly hilarious. How the hell did Leprechaun get in space? Why is he going after a space princess? Who cares? It's really fun. Is Leprechaun the worst franchise or the main ones?
No, it isn't.
Dude, Children of the Corn exists. Children of the Corn exists as a franchise. To remind us like what can happen when you do franchise run. Although the newer Children of the Corn, the last one, way better than I thought it was going to be. Wow, did that surprise me? Holy shit, have you seen it yet?
You mean you mean the one that boy panned?
Yeah, that was actually not bad. That kid, the girl in it, is so freaking good. She's good.
I'd probably see it. It's on Blu-ray, so I'd probably pick it up if I saw it cheap and like CX or something. Yeah,
it's not bad. Like people are like, "Oh, this is." I'm like, "Are you serious? Have you seen them? Have you seen the films that came before this? Like, are you this? This is the one. This is the low hanging fruit."
You can remember Genesis.
Speaking of bad franchise, and Genesis.
What people need to understand is the best Hellraiser movie is Revelations.
I need to slap Malcolm. All right. The best Hellraiser film is Hellraiser and Hellraiser 2, and then 5. I love 5.
Yeah, 5. They're the only real. I actually think if you talk about Hellraisers and the best ones, I think it's 1 and 2. I think 5 is pretty good.
5's good. Not Hellraiser.
And no, I think Hellraiser 5, which is the cop one, I think that's good. But it's not. But you got to remember after that, they're not really Hellraiser movies. They were just put in there.
Yeah. They should have had Neil Armstrong do a cameo. There we go. Right.
That would have been amazing. And he gets killed. That'd been amazing. And he got killed in it. That'd be incredible.
Like one small step for mankind. Leprechaun's there.
And one big step for Leprechaun.
It is such a quotable film. It is so like Hellraiser 3. I always raise. I like Hellraiser. I hate the director, but Bloodlines has like a little place in my heart. Even though I think they really mess up the whole concept of like
Hellraiser 4 to me, Bloodlines is one of the most biggest pile of trashes I've ever seen. I reviewed that on my channel and I watched it and it was so painful. Now they've got a new print for it on the 4K, so maybe it's different, like with the better edit thing, because that's what they had, wasn't it?
Well, but
I just don't like it.
It was a troubled thing. Like it had an actual director, was the special effects artist, and then they got like the bottom feeding piece of crap that did part 6 of Halloween to do it, and who had disdain for the whole
Halloween 6 classic, guys. Always give it the love it deserves.
I love Halloween 6. I just don't like Joe Chappelle for the way he treated people. Donald Pleasant's last movie and you treat him like that, dude. Yeah, like it's one of these things. Like one of these days, I'm gonna be at a convention. I go to conventions all the time. He's gonna be at the convention, and Aaron's gonna
You're
get
gonna slap
arrested.
him.
Yes, I'm gonna get arrested because I'm gonna like Hin's always like, I love my better half, and I'm and Malcolm. No, I'm maybe a bit reactionary. Like behind the scenes, I seem very calm on channel.
I'm going to tell you this, guys. When we get off, Aaron turns into Stone Cold Steve Austin. He starts
So I'm
stunning his
sending
chairs
people.
and drinking and you name it. Glass
It's
shatters.
it goes super crazy, man. I put on the jacket. I make Malcolm acknowledge me. Starts crying.
Yeah, exactly. All this stuff. Yeah. Crazy.
Whoa, evil. That wasn't as bad like ranking. I was waiting to do the ranking later on. I'm like, yeah, that was a lot easier than I thought for these films. So we have
Mm.
pretty much overall, but Leprechaun Space. It's just
I think that's one I've seen at least, to be honest.
I remember I was at what was that at? Was a City Warehouse, I think, in Canada, and it came out, and I'm like, oh, this looks like it's gonna suck. And the newest Hellraiser I like the newest Hellraiser a lot, actually. I think that some of the lead characters were a bit generic, unfortunately, but I really like I really like the new Pinhead, or the Hell Queen.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the new Hellraiser that much. I mean, I thought it was a decent watch, but it wasn't a film that stood out to me after watching it.
I guess one like
Um,
if I'm gonna go back to like a continuation or whatever, like I'll always pick Candyman over Hellraiser because I just think it's a
oh
way
yeah,
better film, the new one. But I thought they did a good job. But I really think that one of the weakest parts of it is I don't think they wrote the main characters as well as they should have.
I agree with that. And I thought the Cenobites were a bit. I thought Pinhead itself was good,
Pinhead was
but
great. They were great. But like everyone else, like I will 100% agree with you on like they were very bland.
yeah,
There was no character to them. Like Hellraiser 3 had better like Cenobites. And they had literally
yeah.
a guy that had a camera for a head and one that
I
like
have
shot
to.
us.
I have to be honest when it comes to Hellraiser 3. To me, it's the most goofiest, the most silliest one. You know, having like a camera guy, CD fine, one called Barbie that just has barbed wire on his face, and you know, and then Pinhead going like this in a church and everything. It just seems totally against what the first two were
Can
about.
you imagine like being in that like writer's room and they're like, okay, so we got some plastic Cenobites, the chatter and stuff that. So what do you got? What do you got for me? Oh yeah, the Cenobites. Shit, I forgot. Camera. There's a camera. Oh, camera. There's a Cenobite and he's got a camera and it's really cool because he's going to be filming and there's the CD. Okay, there's a guy and he shoots out CDs. It's like just like if there had been a pinball machine, if there been like a pinball machine or a gumball machine in that room, in that
Yeah,
writer's room, like and it's a guy and he shoots at gumballs.
I think the
Die,
scariest.
a gumball axe.
I think the scariest part of it is that you know there was a brainstorm in there, and they picked that. That's the
Yeah,
scariest part.
maybe Gumball Eyes was there and they didn't use it.
That would have been amazing. I think that'd
I
been
would have
better than
loved
CDs just shooting out.
oh. Like all different colors. You don't know what color am I going to get? And somebody get like you see somebody get like trying to like fight them off, and it gets
Yeah,
the black gum, the black gumball, the special one,
yeah,
which like if you get it like in the gumball machine, you get like the free thing. So like
yeah.
this is kind of get out of jail free.
I think what people forget about the Cenobites as well is they didn't have things like that. They were, do you know what I mean? Like you look at Butterball, you look at Chatterer, you look at Angelic and all this. You know, they had their things, but they were very still. They were very. Do you get what I mean?
I definitely get what you mean. I mean, it's but here's the thing, like the Cenobites in the original Hellraiser, they were like a small part of a
Yeah,
film that was like more focused on completely different. Like they weren't the villains. If anything, they were kind of the good guys in the first film. Julia is the villain,
yeah, because she was
and
going to take it
Julian.
over, wasn't she?
Oh yeah, Julian the Doctor in part two. Unfortunately, Julia was recast, but tis what it is when it comes to that.
My favorite bit is when what's his name? The Doctor's name in number 2.
Oh god, I just had him.
Is it Bernard?
Yeah, something like that. Like
Chenard, Dr. Chenard, right?
yes.
I love the bit where he gets pushed in the box, and he gets turned into a Cenobite, and he has like these penis-like flowers popping out of his fingers, and he's killing them and all this. And it's like, "Ugh." It's like, what's going on?
It's I mean, like, I think people watch part two, like if they go back and watch it, and they're like, and you see the Hellraiser title, so they automatically think it's like the Cenobites are like these demons from hell, and they're not.
Yeah.
Like they're not at all. That's totally not the point.
Well,
But
it's what he says. It's what Pinhead says in the first one. We're nor demons nor angels.
exactly. But like people always go like because it's called Hellraiser, like some of the later ones, like really kind of going towards the demon thing. It's not what it is. They don't get what Clive Barker was going with.
I'm still upset that you didn't ask Doug Bradley in your interview of him if he ever got off with someone in that outfit. Because that would have been like the most epic question ever.
I had some good questions for that one. Not enough people have seen that video, by the way, guys. The Exorcist video. Doug Bradley and Harry Manfredini, and we got like a whole bunch of actors and stuff in there, like just insane. Insane that I got to make a video like that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
By the way,
I was upset when I found out it wasn't 4K because I'd have bought it if it had been 4K.
I mean, like for me, like I'm a massive, aside from Blue Velvet, right here, Andros Thompson.
They released that over here, didn't they? I have released that over here.
Yep. I got the old DVD edition from Criterion, so that is a possible upgrade for me.
Yeah, definitely from DVD to 4K.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah! And I bought like my DVD like at a charity shop at a Very Village.
Oh wow!
So it would definitely be Victims of Sin. I don't think I've seen, which really intrigues me.
I haven't seen it either. Is that a film noir?
It's like a Mexican film noir.
Oh, nice.
Early 50s too, which is kind of neat. Like there's some. This is such a different cover for friggin' like Criterion,
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely adore it, and I'm like, some people are gonna like it, right? But Fassbender,
I wouldn't. I'd have bought that immediately if it'd been 4K because it's got one of my favorite actors in it.
which one?
Franco Nero.
Star of it.
The Underground Railroad. That's 4K, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a big set. That's like a 4 set.
Oh no, it's Blu-ray. It's a 4K master.
4 Blu-rays.
I might get that. The thing is, I have to wait a little bit because sometimes what Criterion do is they release something like the Roaring Twenties in like December in America, and then they release it over here in like March.
Roaring 20 was a good.
They don't tell you until it comes out.
But they've been doing so good lately when it comes. Look at these releases. Like Peeping Tom, for crying out loud.
Beautiful, weren't they?
And like
these are all different, and they stand out on your shelf and they're in order. Like you're never going to feel like you're looking at the same covers.
I love this artwork for To Die For. It is just so. It is so the film.
That's a 4K as well.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because I've got the network edition, the network DVD, the network Blu-ray.
I
might just get rid of that and get the 4K one.
Yeah,
it's a very basic, bland one.
There's a good point. There's some tech. The Criterion 4K of Fear is a new Gillum supervised scan, different from the Arrow edition.
Whoa! Don't tell me that. Now I've got to probably buy the Criterion one.
Ooh.
Supervise the Arrow one, didn't you?
Yeah. People on the forums are complaining of the biceps on Quirrell are too shiny. Yeah.
Well, let's have a look and decide ourselves. Do you think it's too? Do you think the biceps are too shiny?
Do they not know the market? Like it's. Yeah, these are people that like are probably not the the target audience for the movie in the first place. But
You've
no, I
seen
mean,
this film, right?
yeah, a long time ago. Yeah, don't ask me to remember. Don't ask me to say what's out of this point.
Yeah, like I said, if this had been a 4K, this would have been day one.
It looks so Brando there, eh? It looks so Brando-ish.
Mm.
Esque there.
I will say though, looking at the cover, it does look like it does look more like an Action Man kind of fake body than a real one.
But I think that's kind of the idea. It's like
Oh, it is. I'm just saying.
I'm very much the very oiled up.
That's been the point. One of the best directors of all time, sadly.
Fassbender was a character, that's for sure. Fassbender
It was
did stuff.
incredible. It was incredible, wasn't he? I mean, the guy did so much craziness, but the guy was phenomenal.
He's yeah, like, and that's the thing. A lot of the best directors really have this like Fassbender was infamous for the dark side. The dark side of Fassbender was like,
Yeah.
what a dark dude, man. I like a lot of them are. See, I don't think it looks like AI art. I get what you mean, though. I do get what you mean, but I think it's a very specific stylistic choice, and I'm down for it. I like Bound's cover a lot.
My only complaint is that they didn't move the lower hand somewhere else. I feel like they made it better.
You have to go like totally in on it.
You know, like Shamal, you know, like Michael Jackson used to.
Subtlety, subtlety.
Yeah,
But no, Victims of Sin is probably my favorite cover. This of the new ones. Oh, Bound's got a nice cover. Like Blue Velvet's what it is. Fear and Loathing is what it is. We've seen the cover before, but I just really dig this artwork.
I can tell you right now the ones I will pick up. I'll pick up Blue Velvet because I don't own it, so I'll get the 4K. I'll pick up the 4K of Bound, even though I've got the Blu-ray because I just want it in 4K with a nice booklet. I'll probably pick this up if I see it. Like if this gets released over here for like $12.99 on a sale, I'd probably pick it up. And Quirrell, I'll probably pick it up if I ever find it cheaper.
This one is like really intriguing to me because, like, did you read the description of this, by the way?
No.
Here we go. Like dramatic reading.
Okay.
A treasure of Mexico's cinematic golden age, the deliriously plotted blend of gritty crime film, heart-tugging maternal melodrama, and mambo musical is a dazzling showcase for iconic star Ninon Sevilla. She brings fierce charisma and fiery strength to her role as Rimbera, a female nightclub dancer who gives up everything to raise an abandoned boy whom she must protect from his ruthless gangster father. Directed at a dizzying pace by filmmaker titan Emilio Fernandez and shot in stylish chiaroscuro by renowned cinematographer Gabriel. What did I say? I was going to read this. Figaro. We're going with Figaro. Hey, why not? Amid smoky dance halls and atmospheric seedy underworld haunts, Victims of Sin is a ferociously entertaining female-powered noir pulsing with intoxicating rhythms of some of Latin America's most legendary musical stars. That's intrigues me, man. Like, who's the musical actor? Look at this. Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Maybe makes them as kind of Criterion as part of their collaboration with Del Toro. Nice. That means it's going to be good stuff.
Oh, because, yeah, Del Toro's going to pick some great stuff.
Have you noticed, though, we had this massive Asian surge, you know, like of Japanese and Hong Kong cinema, and we've still got that. But now we're getting Mexican, we're getting Indonesian. It's an incredible time to be alive in the media collectors market.
It is so about time. I mean, like Scorsese started this with his world cinema, like project. He really wanted to bring but it wasn't like that was a niche market at the time. It was doing that was my market. That was me. Like Trances from Morocco came out and the first world cinema set, and so we desperately needed that one. Great documentary, by the way, guys. Fantastic. But like we started to see and I think a lot of it came from. So let's be honest. Just it became a bit of a shallow pool. Like unless you're gonna go for like just regular, like some really you're gonna dive down into the depths of like, oh, let's put this out, and it's like, yeah. Then you got to go to like,
you know,
where there's so much great stuff.
Well, you know, I got tired years ago of just seeing it was English, American, French films, the odd Asian film that everybody would have seen if they had DVDs before, you know, all this stuff. And I was getting tired of that. And I think this is the best era for Blu-rays when it comes to these type of releases, because everybody's releasing foreign cinema now. And a lot of it is stuff we've never seen. And that's brilliant, because that's what we want from cinema. If there's films that are not released on Blu-ray, they're on DVD, we can go and buy the DVD. Yeah, we want upgrades, sure. But we'd rather have newer stuff that we've never seen as well.
You want those experiences. You want to have that you want an actual like cinematic experience as opposed to like, okay,
Yeah,
here's the abyss again, right?
exactly.
And
I
that's
could care less if Abyss comes out, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I'd buy it. I mean, it's guaranteed to come out at some point, you know. And like, for instance, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, we know that would come out because it's such a big film, you know.
yeah.
And I'm happy it's out from Criterion and out over here from Arrow. But if someone says to me, oh, you know, Fear and Loathing was pushed back, so we bought this film for hasn't been out, I'd be excited, well, excited, because I'm like, oh, okay, this is a film that I know people want to come out.
It is just such a wonderful time when you're looking at this type of cinema. And for some people, what's the word I'm looking for? Aren't gonna like, and it's not that they're not gonna get it, it's like they're gonna be like, oh, cinema's like it's totally cinema's totally like it's gone. Like cinema's not what it used to be. Like physical media is like for me, it's like it hit this like upper level of like it's not just for casuals anymore. It's like for us geeks that they're
Yeah.
wanting to see like this.
Well, I'll tell you that. What? Go on. Sorry.
No, it's just like that. We went through this whole stage when like cinema, like physical media was everywhere, and you got titles, but a lot of the titles you got were the titles that are now $5 at like Walmart. But now we're like seeing like an explosion of like horror and noir and Bollywood, and we're seeing like different countries, and we're getting like actual like experience, and we're actually get like it's not just Criterion or Mondo. Like there's a lot of companies have gone in and like, okay,
Yeah.
you get this feeling, this amazing, fantastic feeling of like, okay, I'm seeing movies that like expands like my knowledge base, expands my
Yeah.
like it's just such great experiences. And there were times when I was younger, and as a guy that watches a lot of films, and I'm like, and would something come along. I remember when the French New Wave extreme horror came along, and we hadn't seen a lot of that in a while, right? And all of a sudden, you're seeing like Martyrs, and you're seeing like Frontiers, and you're seeing things
Attention
like
and all this stuff.
Attention and Inside, and you're like, what the? Where was this? What kind of pablum did I have to go through to get to this? But I got to this. And it's so great to see this stuff, like to see like Fassbender's Corel like be there, to see Victims of Sin, be released, and to see like we're like on a monthly basis, like we're getting like if you want the regular Blue Velvet bound, fantastic, it's there. Fear and Loathing, it's there, and consistently it's there. But Peeping Tom is there, like Story of Floating Weeds. We've got some more Uzu here. We got like Anatomy of a Fall. Get some really different titles. Like, okay,
Yeah.
Dogfights there. We got some regular stuff, and we got some stuff that this is going to push.
And it's all a mixture of modern and past as well, which is nice.
It's a fantastic, wonderful time, and I think people forget that when they look at, okay, well, this is like there's this, and this can be streaming, but not all of this streams, and not a lot of it stays. You know what I mean? If you really want it, you got to buy this physical. You got to get this physical release.
Well, my view of this is, like, if you don't care about this, go back to the streaming. Do what you want to do. There should be no complaints about it. If you're in, me and Donna have this conversation regularly, right? Donna doesn't mind Netflix. She doesn't mind Amazon. She likes watching stuff on it, right? And that's fine. I've got no issue with watching stuff on there. Sometimes I watch things on Netflix or Amazon if there's just a DVD copy I've got and there's a HD on there, right? But I think when people want to go, oh, you can just watch all this on streaming. No, I don't want to watch it on streaming. because it's not available on there unless I have to buy like ridiculous price. So give me an example, right? Thanksgiving, when it came out, I went, oh, I'll watch it on Amazon, I'll rent it. Maybe it's like $2.99. Nope. £15.99. The Blu-ray when it came out was $14.99. Why would I rent it for $15.99 for 2 days when I can watch? Do you know what I mean? When I can just buy the Blu-ray.
It's a fun movie too.
It is. It's a great movie. But what I'm saying is, there's a lot of stuff that's never going to be on the streaming. I mean, I joined Mubi. What a waste of time that was. As much as it's got stuff on there, it hasn't got the stuff I want to watch on there. I resubscribed to Disney, right, for $1.99 a month. And there's barely anything on there that I want to see because I own it.
I mean, for me, it's I got Netflix, I got Disney Plus. We don't do a lot of streaming services. It's because, to be honest with you, I got a lot of movies in my collection, and I got to catch up stuff. Like you, I got to catch up stuff. That's here. And streaming for me is it's a distraction. Like there's a ton of stuff that I'll watch eventually that unfortunately didn't come to physical media, but I've got like a bunch of stuff right now, like over there, that I need to get to, and there's just something like for me personally, like getting that like disc and like putting it in the player and like
the biggest complaint I've about disc is that the hole's not big enough. As a movie lover, the hole should be bigger.
I'm Malcolm.
But no, I've got nothing against streaming. I think streaming's fine, especially for people like my wife who enjoys dinner. But even Donna, who is more of a casual movie watcher in the sense of what she has interest in, even her, I have to get discs so that she can watch things like a Doctor Who special, and these other stuff like animes and stuff. So I think the biggest problem with streaming, in my view, right, because I know it's only a streaming discussion per se, it's just that the options are so limited for people that are really into cinema. And not just that, I would say the experience is limited as well because of it being over the internet connection. Oh, since you have Disney Plus, thoughts on the Taylor Swift episode? You know what? I thought it was great, colourful, incredible, and I enjoyed listening to everything that Taylor Swift says because I'm a Swiftie.
I am too. Actually, I haven't watched it yet, which is really shocking because I do like Taylor Swift.
I love her music. I can relate to it. I've always felt like a little teenage girl inside. Well, and when she's on, she brings it out of me.
That's why I got all the Olivia Rodrigo stuff, right? Your watch pile is only 4 movies. That's pretty incredible, man.
What? Only 4 movies? You need to make it in the thousands, my friend.
Like my brother-in-law's like he like watches around like 4 movies a night, and which is and like he watches some really good. And the thing is, he watches so much stuff that sometimes like, okay, I know that movie, but I can't remember the name of it right now because I just watched like which is great.
No, that's what happens to me. That's what happens to me. My most watched movies I've watched in a week is 72.
That's
right, but you got to remember they're not all obviously full feature movies because otherwise that would make no sense. So things like some are 40 minutes, some were that kind of short films as well.
They were like those ones that you see like the was it the drama ones where there's like 60 seconds and there's like 60 parts to it.
Oh yeah.
Or Quibi, remember?
60 seconds. So technically, if I watch 72 of them in a week, then I've actually not watched hardly anything.
Try much all stuff I get, but when trouble is buying all the bundles when you have it is. I mean, it's for me right now. It's a little bit. I have the luxury of the fact that I can't buy physical media here. I went to Casablanca, guys, because we had to get some papers, and I was like excited. I talked to Malcolm, and so when I was at Casablanca a few years back, I was at the Casablanca Morocco Mall, and it's this massive mall, right? And
I've seen it. I saw the video yesterday.
An idea is let me see. I'll show you a picture later.
All right.
So look at that. So that's in the mall.
No.
And if you look really close, that's sharks and stuff like in that.
Yeah, they go around in it.
Yeah, but they used to have Fnac, which is kind of this big like video shop, and they had like a lot of really cool stuff there about Culture Brawl there. Literally, like he was sitting there, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna buy you." No, so I bought the Culture Brawl movie set there. So we go there, and I find out that in 2022, Virgin came along and kind of strong armed Fnac out of Morocco completely, like everywhere in Morocco. And this sort of, and the killer part is Virgin doesn't carry movies. Virgin's like overly priced. Virgin Megastore sucks ass.
Yeah.
So I was
It
like
used
so
to be
pissed.
great when I was a kid.
Yeah, when I was a kid, like had lots of physical media there, but they've really pushed towards like they've been pushing towards completely like no physical media like in this country at all, and it's really gone towards that. But that's the thing is, so we get a lot of people from Morocco that go over to other countries, like just fly over to Paris, fly over to London, stuff that, and buy like just like me, right? Buy like physical media
Yeah.
and for the libraries and stuff like that. But it's
It's
like that's
funny
the
because you didn't tell people the most important part. From when you were there, you saw a sign on the floor that said 95% off all movies, and you collapsed on the floor and started crying because you were like, "No!" It was like that scene from Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith.
UK has still a lot of great physical media stores. I'm shocked. Like I didn't know Paris had any, and I didn't know Paris were geeks. Parisians are geeks, and I mean that in the nicest possible way. Like there are like stores upon stores of movies and comic books and like anime and manga and stuff like that. I'm like, how could I know? How did I not know this? And him's
No.
like, how did you not know this? Like half of the stuff you read, like the heavy metal and all this, like Mobius and all this stuff. Where do you think it came from? I'm like, well, I never really put that together. You don't really.
Well, the UK, England itself, I don't really think it has that many stores. I mean, there's a lot of CEXs, HMVs now, don't get me wrong. But I think sometimes you have to go out your area a little bit, especially in the areas I'm in. I mean, when I was a kid, you had them like multiple stalls in the markets and everything, and you don't seem to have that so much now.
That's why I say we take a trip to Paris, man. Sometime.
Yeah, I'll be down there, and what I'll do is I'll get some movies, get a baguette, and a beret.
Pick up the Lars von Trier set.
Yeah, pick up the Lars von Trier, and hey, maybe even meet a lovely French woman and go, hey, this is for you. This 8x10 of me looking like the girl from Corel.
The Prisoner set apparently is selling really fast. It's Imprint just put an email for it.
They always say that, don't they?
But dude, get it now. It's before it sells out. FOMO.
I mean, Zabi do that every day. Well, they announce something, they go, it's selling fast, and then like 4 months later, it's still on there, and you're like, selling fast should be if it's like 1,000 left.
Yeah, like when indicators let you know, like there's things like, oh, stock's low, real low. Okay, yeah, it's actually low. Not like, man, we've only got 8,000 left. Well, you never know what's going to be out of stock.
Talk about that. Why hasn't the indicator sale happened yet? They normally always have one in March.
I think that they know that I'm traveling for my birthday, so they're waiting.
Oh, they're waiting until you get there.
That's it. So, well, it's it would be interesting. I'll be right there.
I reckon they'll do it around the 20th.
And I'm traveling on 27th, so there you go. Like here, I got to do my shilling. By the way, got to do my shilling.
Do the shilling.
That's the channel. Buy me a coffee. Donate. Helps out. And if you want to see stuff, on this channel, you want to see like me unboxing cool stuff, there you go. That's the I'm still unboxing
cool some stuff from the site.
Here's the thing. I will be doing a stream, like a live stream on my Patreon.
Oh, nice.
And I will be doing like some videos over there. I'm hoping to do some here. but I've done it like said, okay, well, we'll see how it goes. Like if we get like decent donations before we go in, then we'll unlock it for like the regular one. If it's
That's
for, you know, if
exactly. That's what. Sorry, I mean that's exactly what Aaron's saying. He wants his gold.
I want me good. There we go. Yeah, man, I want me good. That's
No,
fine.
let me get
Whatever.
this right. So you're going to put a lot of it on Patreon, unless there's possibly a good amount of donations from me, so that you can share it, kind of thing.
It is well because at the end of the day, like I have the streams don't happen like magically. Like I do enough streams that I pay for like StreamYard and I pay, and if it's for
Yeah,
Patreon, if it's for my Patreon supporters, you guys wouldn't see this. Because I just it's so much to keep up with. Like whether it's this, it's upgrading equipment, whatever, it's buying stuff. Um, I'm not that rich yet. But so yeah, so Patreon, you guys, you're there. You are, and you put a lot of work and effort, and I appreciate it. But and like I did like one video recently where everything went down, where I did like behind the scenes, and I put it on Patreon and put it on my regular channel at the same time. And I did that because like I'd been blocked for
yeah,
upload stuff for a while, and I wanted to let everybody know pretty much. But I appreciate you. Here you go. Here's an extra video. Here's something that I don't normally
yeah.
do. So yeah, like I'll have some stuff that'll come on like of this channel, like eventually, like I do early access for the collection stuff, right? So not everything. Like I talked about with my better half, and she's like, well, that's where a lot of your like hardcore supporters are. Here's there's something special, like, and there's some amazing stuff there. So who knows? We'll see what goes. My birthday's coming up. I'm donating for my birthday. Fantastic. You'll get shouted out. You'll see what you bought, and I'll review it, and we'll go from there. I'll unbox it. We'll do a whole cool thing. It'll be your thing. But if not, then there we go. Patreon.
Sounds good.
It's just be fair.
Sounds
Just
good
be
to
fair
me.
to everybody.
You
But
know,
there will be
sounds
some
good.
stuff on the regular channel as well. There will be like some stuff. It's just it'll be we'll go in between like what we do. And me and you when we're looking at stuff here and stuff like that, we'll have you on for like
Yeah,
the like reaction stuff when we're doing some of the stuff too.
oh,
We'll
that'd be
make fun of
cool.
Cardona Blame to your birthday. At this point, Sam Attack, uh I have to thank the $15 of like buy me a coffee donations because w- that's a Remini release that I
Is
can
that all you've
actually
got so far? $15.
$15 buy me a coffee. That's been and very nice. Like and very like here's the thing. Those that 15 that's three people $15. They didn't have to do that. They did that. They went out and they said, "Hey, like your stuff. Here you go." And that's I was blown away that like one that anybody did it.
Well,
And but more so that like that they just said, and it was like
that's
it
three,
hit
$5 then.
$15.
Yeah, but I'm saying was you said multiple people did it, so is that $5?
3 $5 ones, yeah, like 3 or 5 buy me copies. Because I didn't like make the buy. Some people like upload their buy me copies. They're like, oh, $5 for a coffee, and then so like people go in, they buy a few, and then like it gets like expensive. I don't like to do that. I never want to put someone into that place where they feel like they can't do it for like reasonable amount. If you
Yeah,
buy me coffee, it should be at a level like okay, this
yeah,
is
it should be like 1 to 5.
yeah, because then it is coffee level, right? Then you're saying okay, buy me coffee, and Starbucks coffee is about $8. So there you go.
I'd love to know how much $1 I had to get $1 coffee though.
I mean, it takes a while. Like the thing is, you got to get once you go on, you got to be like, you got to like go through. You got to find out. You got to literally go through your thing, make sure you're legit, and all this stuff. It's a whole bunch of stuff. They stay away from PayPal because Buy Me Coffee doesn't work with PayPal. It's just for those that don't know it.
Hmm.
There's a reason for that because PayPal can get pretty iffy times, and PayPal can be
Yeah,
a little.
PayPal's thing. Do you know they blocked me?
Not surprised. PayPal's
PayPal
sketchy.
blocked me.
PayPal's
They blocked
sketchy.
me 8 times because they go, "Oh, you're paying too much money. You're doing this. Oh, you're sending a ridiculous amount of four grand to this person. Yeah, screw you.
That's your money.
I'll go for
Sorry,
exactly.
PayPal.
I'll go for wherever I want to go. So then I have to do bank transfer, and I'm like, yeah. So where's the protection now?
Yeah, and it's like I bought like was it something from Korea for my youngest daughter, and I paid for it. I ended up paying for it twice because he said I hadn't paid for it, and I gave like the money, and I we put the money through my daughter's like PayPal, and then came back a third time, and he said, "Well, you got to pay for it." I'm like, "I paid for this twice. I'm not paying for this damn thing again." And it's like a
What
BTS
was
thing,
it?
it was a BTS like set. They're big now, but like my daughter was like into them before. Like she was
Yeah,
really early on. And I was and in Korea, like for those who don't know, like when they put out like CDs and sets, they put like massive sets, like these
they're
special editions.
beautiful.
And and they're like, you got to pay for the third time, and they just locked the account. And I'm like, you're not locking my freaking daughter's account. So like, yeah, words were said. Like words were said.
And
So
your
I put
words
on the
were sent,
jacket.
and you turned up on their business doorstep with a leather jacket on, and you went, "Acknowledge my."
Acknowledge me. Good morning. Um,
Morning.
it's no, I would have 100%. Like you mess with like that, that thing. Oh, I'm going to lock up your account. Oh, fantastic. You better lock something because if your store is next to me and you're screwing, if PayPal is next door and they're screwing, I'm going to lock that up. Oh, you better lock more than an account up because I'm coming to your door. I'm the
I'm
one
the guy who knocks.
that. Here we
I'm the
go.
guy who knocks. Acknowledge me in my leather jacket. Ooh.
Oh, do you want I don't need it. No jacket at up. I'm sorry, no. I gotta be able to swing that friggin' bat,
Oh,
man.
the jacket comes off, and the Stone Cold Steve Austin waistcoat thing comes on, and
Swing
it's
that bat,
like,
right? Gotta be able to swing that. You need all that like that to swing that bat.
exactly.
God, it seems so violent. Like, guys, I'm not really. It's a joke. This is not like look at me. Look, do I not look like the softest, like
This is
gentlest
violence personified. That's what this is.
person?
Behind the
I am
scenes, it's all
very nice.
violence.
Unless you peeve me off, then I'm like, that's it.
Oh,
That's it, man.
people need to. It's like the end. It's like the end of the world. You know what it's like, don't you? It's like in Naruto. You know when Sasuke and Naruto they clash, and it's like a big explosion.
It, I love the fact that I'm Canadian and people like just automatically assume like I'm like "Oh, you gotta be like the nicest person in the world." I'm like, why? Because you're Canadian. Canadians are like they're just like the nicest people. I'm like, yeah, but not some of the Canadians I know. They're some of the Canadians I know are like not nice at all.
I think one of the most shocking things when you were in Canada, but you didn't know, because I know how close it was to you, was go to the Canadian vinegar syndrome shop. I was gobsmacked by that.
Oh yeah, I know. Like it's next door. I mean, everywhere in Canada is right
Yeah,
next door to another. Like, although I
yeah,
lived in Newfoundland for like a long period of time, if I walked down the road, Ontario was right there. So, but I
yeah,
wouldn't
right
walk down.
there.
I would get in my dog sled, like after I got out of my two-story igloo, and got on my dog sled. I would take like some back bacon and some maple syrup, and I would get like put on my
Nice.
tube and have my beer, and I would like go down the road to Ontario, which is literally like, of course, 5 minutes away. And if I went over really up the road to like Alberta, which was around 10 minutes, it's a little bit longer.
Yeah,
People
not that
realize how
far.
massive Canada is. You like Canada. You would like Canada, man. Malcolm, you'd have fun with it.
Yeah, I think I like Canada. Really, it's interesting because Canada's obviously bigger than London and England because it's a massive place. But when I was younger, I used to talk to people. They used to always go, because I was on the outskirts of London, so like 45 minutes. And
Yeah.
people would always go, "Oh, what's it like up in Yorkshire?" And I go, "Well, let me just get on my bike and I'll just ride up there right now and we'll
Yeah.
see." Like, you know, understand the locations and the difference. It just comes off as a bit ignorant to me.
Well, I gotta be honest. Like I suck at geography. We do have healthcare. Like that's one of the things I will say. Like and damn good healthcare too. Uh,
Yeah.
which we take for granted. To be honest with you.
Ooh. Michelle Rodriguez. My favorite film with her in would probably be It's going to sound like a real sellout, but Fast and the Furious probably. That's probably it. And then Resident Evil, I would say. What else was? Oh, I could say Tomboy, couldn't I? That one where she was, where basically they made her from a boy into a man. No, from a boy into a woman, and you get to see her body parts and stuff. And it's such a bad film that. You know, Sigourney Weaver's the villain, and I was like, why did they release this movie? But yeah, probably Fast and the Furious, which is a sellout answer, and Resident Evil, which is, I would say, another sellout answer. You know, not from you, Monkey, but as an answer to the question.
I kind of expected you to say something like, you know, like one of her like Blood Rain.
Yeah, you know, I forgot she was even in Blood Rain until I got the cover.
Or Machete, right?
I was too busy thinking about the other one.
Remember, what was the one that was it surfing or what? Blue Crush. Remember Blue Crush?
Oh, Blue Crush, that was good. Yeah, Blue Crush.
Yeah,
I like Blue Crush. Blue
And,
Crush.
you know,
What else was she in? Let me have a quick look.
Well, I just thought Michelle Rodriguez in a bikini. So that movie.
Fine. I used to like her in the tight pants in the Fast and the Furious.
She was so good. She
Mm.
bought like shoes from a company that I work for. She was really nice, by the way.
Oh, did she get the discount?
Well,
Did she get the pen discount?
She could have got the discount. She easily could have got the pin discount, but she was just easy to work with.
Okay, I remember now. One of the films I like that she's in was SWAT.
Oh, SWAT! Remember that one? Yeah, that was actually fun.
Yeah, I love SWAT.
A lot of people hate that movie. Actually, I like that.
Yeah, so I'll probably take that back. Probably the Fast and the Furious, SWAT, and Resident Evil, and not Tomboy because that was a bad joke.
Blue Crush
as well.
Blue. You want to see her like in a bikini with Blue Crush?
Blue Crush was good. I just was annoyed that Blue Crush 1 and 2 were completely different movies because I bought them, didn't I, from Imprint.
Let's be fair. It did not need a sequel. We did not need a Blue Crush 2. Like nobody was like.
The only sequel we needed was called Blue Crush Triple X, doing it the right way.
It is like there's certain movies like when people say, "Man, I can't." Like, why doesn't this have a sequel? I'm like, because it wasn't very good. Like sometimes. Yeah, it's like, you know, why does this movie get a sequel? Because probably doesn't deserve it. Because sometimes a movie, single solitary movie is good on its own.
I think Tomboy in America is called The Assassination or something.
What's my... Obviously, the best thing Michelle Rodriguez ever did was that music video with Demi Lovato.
No, the best thing she ever did was a advert for some random zombie game.
Necromantic 1 and 2. There we go.
Classics. She should have been in the remakes of them.
Obviously a date film.
Do you like Necromantic?
No, not really. I'm not like my better half bought me Necromantic 2. Had the limited edition, Arrow video, special one.
Toddy Walnut is.
Why not collect VHS? Because I live in Morocco. And yeah, not getting it here, man.
I've got to go through those. I've got to go through the new Mondos as well. At the minute, they're stacked up on the shelf because I'm trying to just get through my Vinegar Syndromes at the minute.
Oh, there's some good ones.
But it doesn't surprise me because it's an Indonesian. I wish Mondo would release tons of movies. Like, I wish it'd just do tons of big box sets.
I want more of the Bollywood stuff. I want like that Bollywood set looks freaking amazing. Like you got that set, and I'm like so jealous of that.
Yeah, I recommend that set to everybody, but most people just are not interested in it. In my circle, I mean. Which is weird because my cousin's a big, massive fan of Bollywood, but he hates those ones, which to me is stupid.
But it's the good stuff. I mean, it's like the fun cheese. That's what you want.
Yeah.
That's like, like, oh, I want to watch like Mahakal or types, But yes, you do. You really do.
Yeah. Great movie. Sometimes they're better than the originals. Michelle Rodriguez did a voice role in True Crime. Yes, she did.
Love the film, the game, actually. I used to play those True Crime. I wish you would have kept doing more of those, actually.
What I liked about them was they were cheesy, they were silly, and incredibly fun to just play, especially with the whole, and the fights and that. I love that. And in fact, you could have 2 different endings because you could go on different paths. I like that and all.
I mean, what's that? What's True Crime? The one where we have the dog? Someone think of another one.
You're talking about Dead Reckoning.
No, not that one. But there's one. Like maybe that one. God, I used to play so many of those damn games. And now I'm just waiting for
right? Where's the cop and he gets the dog to jump on him and stuff.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. I'm still waiting for the new GTA game, man. 6, come on.
Whoa, you own 2 copies. You're that much of a fan, monkey. He's not messing around.
Have you played the Fast and Furious game, by the way? Like the video game? Have you played it?
No.
Oh, sorry, monkey man. It's not a good game. Now that being said, Fast and Furious has an amazing board game out. It's really freaking good.
Oh yeah, you showed me it, didn't you?
It's a really fun game too. Well constructed, and just really fun game to play. Some of the guys that did like the Jaws game, which is another really fun game. But yeah, unfortunately, because Vin Diesel's he's that hardcore gamer. He's a gamer guy. But he's like, unfortunately, he's like, yeah, let's make a game, and he made like the Chronicles of Riddick, that game, that was good. And then like Fast and Furious, I was so excited because I know he's a gamer, and I go and I play it. I'm like, oh man, this is like Superman 64 vibes to it.
Question is, who's better, Vin Diesel or Dwayne Johnson?
Vin Diesel. That's not like nothing. Yes, no. Dwayne Johnson's like, I liked him a lot, and then lately the shine is off. Like he's peeped me off a lot from what he did with Warner Brothers to what he's doing now in wrestling. Another Rock concert? Are you serious? Those were 9
very basic. I prefer the original ones. The one I watched was awful.
They weren't good back then. Like,
they were amazing back then.
They were not. They were so bad. I mean, like, and they always give them so much time. Like the "This Is Your Life" thing that goes on forever. The Rock concert. Like you're like, yes, we get it. Guy's talented. He can talk, but not for that long. And
my favorite line. My favorite line in the system was, "Mama Road, you want your son to get the belt, but he's not going to get a belt. But you are going to get a belt. You're going to get the Rock's belt." I was laughing when I heard that. I was like, what? What was that? And then pulling it out and going, "This is what you're going to get." And you're like, what?
It was bad. I mean, like, he's lost a few steps. Like, he really has. Like, guy's still talented. He can still talk. He's a good talker. We know he's leaving after because he's making a movie. Which,
Hold on. Monkey says, "Yes, I've worst game I've spent 3 weeks for. Yeah. I just used one hand to play with it." So I'm guessing you're playing with your banana with the other one. Well, you like the game that much, yeah?
Just Michelle Rodriguez. That's what you like.
Ooh. Oh, since females are torn through every scene, I say.
It's I got like PlayStation, like the expensive. I was stupidly about the expensive PlayStation, year-long subscription thing, which I will not renew. It wasn't.
I told you shouldn't.
My better half is like, you got the PS5, get the best thing, do that, that way you can experience things. Which was nice. So it was really nice for she didn't have to do it. It was like couple $100 for that, right?
Yeah.
But now I'm like, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the time when it comes to renewal. And I'm like, no, because if I don't, PlayStation are really bad for this. Like if you don't, like go ahead of
Yeah.
time, like about a
They don't
month
tell
before,
you.
and like they'll just renew it right away. They'll just,
Well,
you got to be careful.
happened to
Uh,
me.
happened to me. What happened to me after I sold my PlayStation 3? I sold my PlayStation 3. I canceled my PlayStation 3. I sold it. Didn't have it anymore. Didn't have access. Had to go. It took about a month and a half to get my money back.
Ridiculous.
It was. They're not
Was cost
Sony.
like that PS4 one?
Pardon?
Was the first PS cost the PS4 one? Because I thought you were talking about the PS3 one.
Oh, PS4. Yeah, probably PS4. Getting PS. Are you going
that
to
was
get
awful.
PS4 Pro? I don't know if PS4 Pro is worth it. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Because
It's just wait for people to buy more stuff from them.
here's the thing: they're not pushing the limit on the regular PlayStation 5. Like not even coming close to it. Like not touching it. So why am I looking for something like with 3 times ray tracing and like 8K like capabilities when they're not doing it? When they're not like pushing any limits. Like if they were doing like if I thought, oh man, there's a game and it's got to have like a pro for it or something like that. And I think like when they put out like GTA 6, like even that's is gonna push, hopefully push a bit more like what we regularly got, but I don't think it's gonna be anything like pro.
We're officially a year away from that.
Yeah, I know, but it's not. The thing is, that's not. None of the games are like I gotta get a new. If you don't have a PS5 and you're getting one because for your first time, a Pro, I definitely recommend it. Or if you had one for a long time and like you're trading it in to get a new one, yeah, 100%.
Well, I personally think
by the way,
sorry,
the new PS design, like they did that slim one.
I personally think the PS5 is a wasted console.
I don't know.
I mean, I like what's coming out on it finally, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel as magical as it did when I had the PS4. Or I don't know, it just feels. I'm not saying it's a bad console, but it just feels always consoles that's took like 4 years to get any decent full-on games in all the time. George!
Hi, George. Welcome, dude. PS5 subscription, 3 months is £20. £20. That's what I have got. That's what you should have. That's the right one to have because you get to play online and you don't have to worry about any of that other stuff that you're really not going to use.
Yeah, one of the reasons. Sorry, Aaron, but one of the reasons the PS5 is one of the most selling consoles is because where it was sold out, so everybody was rushing to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like there was like the FOMO. Here's the thing. I'll say this right now. I'm in no camp because Malcolm knows I got them all. Like I got the Swift Switch. I just don't have a Steam Deck's on. I don't have. And I will eventually. I'll buy that. But for me, like if you want like best like I guess monthly thing, it's at Game Pass. You just can't beat Game Pass. And the thing is, Xbox would be perfectly fine selling Game Pass to PlayStation, and like having them put it on their console because Xbox doesn't care about consoles anymore. They just want to have their subscription service. PlayStation, like consoles are a big deal. They make a lot of money off their consoles. And I think they do really. I love my PlayStation 5. I'm definitely don't regret getting it. I carried the friggin' thing on my back from like Canada to Morocco. And I play it
They said, "Do you want food, Aaron? Because you're either going to have to carry the PS5 or food." And Aaron went, "I'll go a whole day without food, carrying this in my bag."
I literally did, by the way. That is not a lie. And it was like there was like books and stuff that I wanted to take with me that are still in Canada that I don't know. Like my Austin stuff like that. It's still there over there. But
I think the best console for graphics is the Switch.
I love the Switch. I really do. I think Switch is
like when it comes to the colorful ones like Mario and that.
I think the best lineup of games is the Switch. Like if we're to look at like if you're to like lay down like this generation of games and like okay, this is what's on this generation. and one Starfield. Oh yeah, that's the. Oh, wait, that was gonna be the killer, right? But
Yeah.
but like Nintendo delivers. That's the thing. Nintendo delivers. The new Zelda game delivered. When they put out the other stuff, the bigger stuff, it delivers.
Xbox One X was what I bought the 2 copies of that game. Michelle Rodriguez voiceovers in crystal clear in my ear as Mother Hand is busy. Worst game, but best every time ever. Play magical every time. Oh dear.
Gotta love that.
Oh.
All right, guys, my computer is almost dead, so and like I'm down to 10%. So yeah,
Okay.
I want to thank everybody for
Thanks for being
joining,
here, guys.
except for the people at the beginning of the video. Shag those people. But like, guys, thank you so much for coming in. Thanks for the support for my patrons out there. A lot of really cool stuff coming up. You know, next was it 10 days away?
Yeah.
Big stuff. I want to do like I'm going to do a birthday stream on the 25th, and we'll see how it goes. But hopefully, fingers crossed, man.
It'll go well. It's going to go well. I've got a feeling.
I hope so. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. We will see you here soon. Have a wonderful day and enjoy your Sunday.
Take
Thank
care,
you, Malcolm.
guys. Yeah.